How's it going, everyone? Yes, I know it's been a while, and yes, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Man, that is harsh. I did not have that on my bingo card for 2025. There we go. Come on, Rumble. Lag. Rumble is lagging. Jay Watterson, what's up? Hey, Rebecca. Yeah, holy crap, guys. I mean, who had that on their card? I mean, I'd heard he was ill and stuff and things were getting bad, but wow. What do you guys think of that? Is it back? Is it back? Sorry. Well, sheesh. All right. Well, it's going to be like that tonight, huh? Let's stop this real quick. Disconnect. Like that tonight, huh? Let's stop this real quick. Disconnect. Looks like everything is off. Looks like my audio and my video are off. So we'll see how long I can stay on tonight. Rumble's still chugging right along, as far as I can tell. Yeah. So it's not a Rumble. Rumble's fine, but YouTube is screwed. So yeah. Yep. YouTube is... Yeah, and I can see that my audio and everything are way off now because when YouTube did that, it screwed up my software. So I'm very sorry if my audio and visual are way off. Sorry. Trying not to be angry. 4 days without streaming, and I come back and YouTube F's with me. Fine. YouTube, just a quickie. And I know Tim Pool, I'm sorry, sounds like whining. You know what? It's not. My analytics, by the way, the last 4 days, checked them. By the way, go look at my subscribers. 213, 212, stick in there. Gained 2, lost 2. Gained 4, lost 4. They are sticking me here, so fuck you, YouTube. YouTube is 100% provably shadow banning my channel now. And no matter what subscribers I gain, I go back to either 212 or 213 within the next 48 to 72 hours after gaining those subscribers. They go bye-bye. I've sent everything to YouTube. YouTube keeps going, well, we don't know what's going on. So, fuck you, YouTube. Then I come back on and you take me down twice. All right, so... How you doing, guys? Sorry, just to piss me off a little bit there. I am friggin' tired. That's why I wasn't streaming. I had a lot going on. A lot of family stuff. A couple friends I help with their cars. Well, woof. Let me tell you, do not run into something with a Nissan Rogue. Not fun to fix. Okay, they're fine for you guys. Well, on my end, it looks like the audio and visual are off. So, okay. All right, guys, let's try this one more time. See if YouTube can try to boot me again. Okay, well, rest in peace, Ozzy. Yeah, like I was saying, when YouTube booted me, I'm not sure where it booted on when I was talking to you guys. I mean, I know I'd heard he was ill. I know they heard it was bad. But damn, I mean, Ozzy Osbourne. You almost think he was indestructible. So, yeah. Jay Waters interviewed me as a rumor that Jackson's subscribing 2 days later. I'm trying to maintain good humor, Jay Watterson, but the problem is I like streaming, and I have no problem busting my ass even on a long day like today. I've been up for about 18 hours right now. I have no problem busting my ass because I enjoy this, but it does remove that extra little kick you get from trying to grow a channel when you 100% know you are not going to grow your channel. I'm not saying I'm epic, not saying I deserve 1 million subscribers or anything, but I've done YouTube a long time, and I know 213 is anemic. I also know by doing analytics for a long time on this stuff, my channel's helping in other people's channels. When you can read the analytics and see it, and then you send it to them, and it still it's shadow banning. They are 100% trying to keep any small YouTuber who's trying to talk who talks anything except Trump hate. That'll get you a good channel. So yeah, it's been multiple times over the last 4 days. It happened 3 more times. Gained the amount, lost that exact amount. Every once in a while, we all know somebody comes across a live stream and goes, well, you know, I like it when I was watching it, but I went back and looked. I really don't like that channel. Everybody has that once in a while, but not now to the tune of where I should be close to 700 plus subscribers. If you look at all the gives and takes, it's all been keeping me exactly 212, 213. Little weird. The math doesn't add up. I could have won the lottery twice by now if that math added up. All right, so let's give up on that. He seemed to fare better than most have it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Michael J. Fox, man. Dude, I'm sorry, but not change the subject off Ozzy, but damn. Michael J. If anything will make you feel older, it's suddenly people like Ozzy Osbourne passing away. Damn. You talk. I didn't like all of his songs, but I bet I probably liked at least 3/4 of his music. Holy crap. That is insane. And then you got Michael J. Fox getting way up there. It's like, holy crap. You think Marty McFly, you think Secret of My Success. There's a bunch of other things he's done. And you're like, what the crap is going on? That'll make you feel older. He fared better than most have it. That Michael, but the thing is, he may have fared better with chemical enhancements. So yeah, and you get notification. Follow them if you don't. Some comment on one of their videos asking why. When you get a note, well, most of the people that subscribe to me don't have videos. In fact, some of them have their stuff on private where you can't even look them up. There's a couple of my subscribers who come on the chat off and on regularly. Mr. Miles is one. I'm not throwing him under the bus, but you can't look him up. He's private. There are multiple people that have their accounts private on YouTube, and even if they subscribe, I can't go look them up. I can't talk to them. I can't find them. So yeah, there is a problem with that. But also when I've got people telling me in my emails that they don't get my notifications. And or once again, the math, I argued this with YouTube. I sent them wherever they wanted the analytics. I sent it to them. And even though I said, you guys can see all this, there's no way I gain 2, lose 2, gain 3, lose 3, gain 6, lose those 6. It's almost usually all within the first 48 hours. Once in a while, it takes 3 days. But it's always the exact same amount I gain, I lose that amount. And yes, we're whining again. Sorry, it's because I'm behind in the chat. But it is what it is. So I'm sorry, guys. This is going to sound a little crappy of me. I'm not going to quite put the verve into this that I was from the beginning. I was spending shite loads of time on this and getting behind on everything else in my life. So for right now, I'm going to do this when I can. I do enjoy it. I love it. If I have a problem even asking anybody to share out the stream, to share out my channel anymore. Because, you know, okay. So honestly, feel like stay subscribed, please. Come and watch when I'm on. Hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it. But I've honestly, to be a whiny little prick, last I'll say on it till I stream, is I've given up on growing this channel. I'm done. It will not grow. I'm sure of it. That's it. Yeah, feel free to come back and taunt me with this later. Somehow I ever hit like 1,000 or 2 subscribers. Yeah, good luck. So feel free to save that to come back on me, but I am that sure I'll say this. It'll never happen. This channel will never come anywhere half to what my old one, Potato News Network, got to before they nixed me. And then the other channel I had. So, yeah. All right, let's see. That's why I had an issue with this roll. I sent him on a front door of the wording TikTok. Desired effect. Well, I don't have a troll. Trolling is not my problem, unfortunately. Jimmy, yay, man. Yeah, I know I did. I pissed in YouTube's ear. And I'm not the only one. I found out that there are some bigger YouTubers. It is hitting them if you are center or right-leaning. And small people, I Another friend who actually lives in the Quad Cities, who has done YouTube before. He is probably farther right than I am. He is an actual conservative. And his channel has been having the same problems. I went over at his place the other day and I was looking at his analytics. He's got the same problems. You gain 4, you lose 4. You got it. And I showed him what mine was done. He's like, oh, crap. So, yeah. That's what's going on, guys. So, hey, share my channel if you want. If you don't, hey, don't waste your time. Screw you, YouTube. All right, back out of here. Jackson's successful with his Stuxnet camp project. All right. But damn. Okay, what were we talking about? I will not go back. I'm sorry. I'm a little haughty over it. Tell you what, it put me off streaming 2 days ago because I was like, I was tired, gonna do it, and nope. Saw that. Saw the gained 6, lost 6 in 48 hours thing, went F you. I had to walk away. I was angry. All right. Hoping you would have a smart reply because I was parked around the corner. Well, Urbexy, if I had a troll that I could go after, you know what? Whatever. If that was a problem, I've had trolls. I've had plenty of trolls to deal with over the years. That's minor compared to this. When you're on a platform that is automatically holding back your shit. So, whatever. All right, back to Ozzy. Ozzy. No, don't want to do that. That would have been mean, right? Australia. Ozzy. Oi. Whatever. But damn, man. Ozzy Osbourne. All I can say is rest in peace, man. I'm not some big streamer like Tim Pool or somebody else who can play Ozzy Osbourne songs without getting nailed. But damn, that sucks. All right. Valiant Thor, how's you doing? Yeah. Well, Valiant Thor, I'm not sure if we know 100% what's going on there. I'm going to hope that it looks like, honestly, it looks like Tulsi Gabbard is fighting to get some of this done. So, I don't know, guys. Let me get me off the screen here. I'm not happy with the Epstein thing. We've talked about that here. I'm not happy at all about it. But I'm not automatically going to act like I know what's going on behind the scenes. Do I still have hope they're going to do something good about this? Yes. Do I think we're ever going to see anything useful? I'm going to say no. I am going to say no. Yeah. Man, oh man. All right, we're going to wander off a little bit here. But I think that Tulsi Gabbard is turning out to be a much better pick. Of course, we all kind of thought that anyway, than Pamela Blondie or maybe even Kash Patel. I mean, it sounds like Dan Bongino at least got some integrity, got pretty pissed, and started going off. But it's starting to look like that Tulsi Gabbard may be the better pick. She was out there trying to get this Epstein stuff off. Trump did tell them to get the grand jury testimony out there. But now, okay. You know, Valiant Thor, you know what? I was going to skip to that first. We're going to go right here. We are going to skip over. We'll go back to Obama the traitor here in a minute. Because Valiant Thor, you know what, bud? We've discussed this before, and I've taken heat, and I have no problem doing it. I have my opinions. You guys can have yours, and we can all discuss. We don't always agree, but hey. When in this scheme of everything Donald Trump is dealing with, yes. I know it sounds horrible, but the Epstein shit may seem like small potatoes. To a man who's trying to stop wars, a man who's trying to get our economy back, a man who's trying to get all the illegals out of here when they're fighting every turn, a man who's trying to deal with all these judges saying anything he does, even legally, he can't do. A man who's, had a bullet through his ear before, and he may have to be worrying about more of that. I mean, there's a lot going on. And yes, the Epstein thing is horrid. But to somebody on a global scale, that may seem kind of small, whether we like it or not. And here's my problem with it. I don't think that anything, no matter what is released, it will never be enough for anybody. There's always going to be somebody going, well, there's something else they didn't release. Well, I know this person had to be on it. If that person's not there, then I know it's fake. We're always going to see that now. And that's not Donald Trump's fault. That is, well, maybe a little bit, because maybe he could have, I don't know. The Epstein thing wasn't a big... Last 4 years, the Democrats could have done something, they didn't. That was the best time to get out there and do something about this, and they did not. So I'm not going to listen to any Democrats say an effing thing about the Epstein list. But my thing is, I believe the Epstein stuff is gone. I believe it was gone years ago. Anything that's going to name somebody, anything that's really going to, cook somebody's ass is gone. I think it was gone. I think Trump would, put his foot in his mouth a little, got ahead of himself, and promised too much. And I don't want to hear any bullshit from anybody going, Trump's on it, that's why he's hiding it. If Trump was on it, the deep state, the powers that be, the people who tried to off him multiple times would have released it. They would have released at least the stuff on Trump and stopped him. I know. It would have been done and gone, and he would have been just done. Instead of taking time to put bullets through his ear with a kid that, hey, this kid's a horrid job, but suddenly he makes this shot. A kid who suddenly nobody can get into his computers or cell phone. The greatest cyber intelligence team on the planet, and they can't get into this shit? Bull. This is such a setup. Obama should take the heat for the Epstein thing. I don't think, if Obama had nothing to do with that, I don't think he should. But Obama's got enough problems. Obama is a dirty fuck. He's dirty. Obama stunk to high heaven. I had people who now are going, oh, yeah, Obama stinks. I'm like, dude, I was telling you that when he was in office. I told you not to vote for him. That man's voting record showed you everything who he was. He was a Manchurian candidate. He was a made man. He was a nothing elevated in the presidency. People going, oh, Obama runs the party. Biden was Obama's third term. Obama was just as much an empty suit as Biden was. Obama was a made man. He came from nowhere. Obama didn't go, yes, I am in charge. I will run now and grace you with my greatness. No, Obama was made. He was just a slightly more articulate empty suit. He did what they told him. And I'm betting they got enough on him to shut him up too. But Obama was a turd. He ramped up the race violence in this country. He screwed our economy. And people want to talk about how, Obama kicked out all these illegals. But he brought in a shitload more too. It's okay. But no, if Obama is involved with the Epstein thing, shit, yeah, I want him to fry. Hell, if Donald Trump is on the Epstein shit, as in doing stuff, not the stuff we already know, then yeah, I want him to fry too. I want them all to spend major jail time over this, if anybody involved. But do I think there's anything left? No. And it's just like the JFK stuff. It gets released and somebody's going, nope, not enough. It doesn't matter. There will never be enough now. It's been hidden so long, been through so many hands, so many places. And just like MLK, the other day they released a bunch of stuff. 230,000 pages of stuff. So far, no really any big revelations in it. So I just don't think no matter what gets released is ever going to be enough. But if you want to say anything shitty, say it about this guy. I personally think Mike Johnson is a failure. How many bills for Trump has he put through? How many times has he tried to codify into law anything Trump has done? Nothing. They've done barely a damned thing. I think they put through 5 bills, but he keeps putting Democrats shit on the docket like crazy. Uniparty deep state bullshit. I think Mike Johnson sucks at his job. Hey, MagD5, what's up, bud? Obama didn't just ignore the Epstein list. He protected it like he was part of his presidential library. Well, Valiant Thor, I'd agree with that, but the thing is, so many other politicians, including possibly Johnson here. Johnson is refusing to bring a vote to do any discussion before their vacation. These assholes get to be gone for over a month. Dude, we need this job. These people whine about, oh my God, I only make $170,000 a year. Yeah, but dickheads. We, the voters and your constituents, pay for almost everything for you. They don't pay for much. I mean, shit. Anybody that's an auto mechanic knows what I have to pay for, and any other auto mechanic or plumber, everybody else has to pay for in their jobs. There's a lot of stuff we pay for in our jobs. So for these people, oh my God, I may have to pay for my transportation. You know what? If you don't want to pay for the shit, don't take the job. Stay home, ripping people off as a lawyer or whatever else you're already doing. Don't go do it and whine about the cost. It's supposed to be public service. Public service means you are able to give of yourself and do this job. We pay for your food. You guys have buffets and gyms. You have a shitload. You do well. You all come out millionaires, so I don't want to hear it. Crazy. $170,000 a year, but y'all come out multimillionaires. Huh. But Mike Johnson, man, shelling that. Well, I don't know. I heard this crap, and yes, I know it's a recess that was already on the docket for a long time, but I don't care. I don't think these assholes deserve a month off. They barely work as it is. If you look at the amount of hours they actually put in, it's shit for that money. It's crap. When they're supposed to be running a country, representing us, they're not doing shit for us. And Mike Johnson has no problem throwing Democrat shit on the docket, but he doesn't do shit for Donald Trump. Rarely. So yeah. They're going to be gone, what is it, the 24th? Now, then tomorrow through the 2nd of September or something like that. It's like, what the shit? Yeah, this is just dumb. I do not like this jackass. I do not. Do not like him. Yep. But what do you guys think about Johnson? Yeah, do I think the last guy was any better? No, I think the last guy was actually worse. But Johnson he's shifty. I'm sorry. He's too much of a career politician. At the time when Trump said he would release the files, he didn't have access to them. I think he went too far by suggesting he release it without knowing it was even a thing. I think he went too far suggesting he's going to release everything. And then they got in there. And let's just say something, if something was left when Trump got in the office, it sure as shit wasn't after Pamela Blondie. Spamela went on there and oopsied so many times and screwed the pooch on that. You wanted to if there were any files left, Kash Patel should have been with his people, kicking down the doors at FBI office and closing off everybody's computer records, seizing everything right then. Not oopsies for weeks. They had time, that if there was anything left, it would have destroyed then. But I'm going to think it might have been gone before. I think Trump got in there meaning to release this and then finds out, shit, it's all gone. There's nothing. Nothing. And now we're still talking about it. And I know I got my light too bright, don't I? I look a little glowy. Not too bad on that one. Uh-oh. Did Rumble shut down? Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah, Rumble shut down. That's beautiful. So Rumble died. Hang on. Let me see if I can get Rumble back. No, Rumble's done. Okay. Yeah, Rumble's cooked. Lovely. Let's see if I can get it back. I don't think so. Hang on, guys. Give me a second here. I'm going to try to fix Rumble. Because of... when YouTube started booting me, it screwed my software up. Says Rumble's going. I don't think so. Yeah, Rumble ain't going. Okay, so Rumble's going to be off for the night. Got it. Okay. Okay, came back, finally. Jeez Louise. Thank you, YouTube. And now, it was a YouTube thing. YouTube booted me twice, and then it screwed everything up. Okay, so now I got that fixed. Oh, man. Okay. But now, Mike Johnson, I do not like Mike Johnson anymore. I kind of had hopes for him in the beginning. Mike Johnson has become a turd. 100% turd. He's Rumble, but you never, yeah. Now, Rumble, I can give Rumble crap too, but I only stream on Rumble because, well, they're trying, kinda. And I like to try to see if I can stream to multi-platforms so I can try to learn the ups and downs and do it to other platforms. All right. Valiant Thor, Obama had that list and did nothing. 100% agreed. 100%. Democrats had all the power for 8 years almost, and they did jack shit. Yeah, under Obama, they had insane amount of power, and yes, they could have released it. Did nothing. So you won't get any arguments from me on that, Valiant Thor. Not at all. By the way, I like your name. That's a good throwback. Valiant Thor. Beginning of the race, a lot of people were asking who Obama was. He was just put on a pedestal. 100% Mag D5. Obama was a made man. And I, being from Illinois, yes, I accept your, oh God, I feel for you. Yes, I feel for me too being stuck here. I knew of the guy. I wasn't very political at the time, but hey, I was trying to figure out who this dude is. I looked up his record in the Illinois State House. The man rarely ever voted even for his own bills. And then when he got, junior senator, he was a junior senator from Illinois who voted present on most of even his own legislation. The man was a nobody. He never deserved to be president. He was a good talker, but I'm sorry, man. I'm tell you what, you want to crap on Bill Clinton, feel free. But Bill Clinton had at least a lot more leg to stand on to be president of the United States than Barack Obama. Barack Obama was a made candidate. All right, let's see. Jimmy, don't understand the King family not wanting the MLK files released. Jimmy, I didn't understand that either, and I do not. I'm with you. I still don't get it. It makes you wonder, is there something we didn't get to see? Or how many people have gone through these 230,000 pages yet? Is there something in there? I mean, everybody knew that MLK was a philanderer. They knew he may have talked really good on civil rights, but he had some personal issues. A lot of great men do have other issues, are amazing in one or two areas, but have some issues in others. MLK was no different. But that was kind of common knowledge. So yeah, I'd like to know exactly what they were upset about being released. All right. The way the Epstein stuff is being handled is perplexing. It's looking like there won't be anything new released and a whole lot of BS excuses and claims of incompetence. Yeah, I am upset myself because, like I said, I do believe Donald Trump is probably the best president of my lifetime easily. I really do. He's done some amazing stuff. He's doing some amazing stuff. But the Epstein thing is a cluster. I think the man really thought he could release it. He overpromised, got in there, and then found out shit was either destroyed or Spamalist screwed it up. It doesn't... What Pamela Blondie did with and I'm not going to stop calling her that, I think she's the worst person in this administration. What she did, I think, made Trump look bad, and I don't think he can fire her because who else is he going to get now? And it's going to look horrid for his administration if he does so. I think he's kind of stuck with her no matter what, so he's got to back her. I mean, to change everything now, oof, I don't know. So let me see here. But no, the Epstein thing is a clusterfuck, and I really think Trump thought there was more, or there more for him to release, and has screwed up. All right, we're back. The Epstein was a marked man due to intelligence leaks. Kind of made him untouchable. Yeah, the thing is, we all know that Epstein actually was an intelligence agent. There was documents released on that. He was an asset. Now, the person who knows this more than anybody who has access to more of this than anybody is Tulsi Gabbard. And I got to hope that maybe Tulsi comes out and really makes some waves about this stuff. So, but I just don't like that Trump actually says, fine, get this vote, get this through done, release what you can in the grand jury testimonies, get that raw testimony out there. Let's get what we can out there. And then Mike Johnson goes and pulls this shit. It's just like the deep state still will make their moves and go, don't you dare. Or just, if for nothing else, just to make Trump look bad. How's that? Yeah, Orexy, I know I'm back on Rumble. I actually went over and got it fixed. I mentioned it out loud. Oh, huh. Sorry, I'm answering over there. Yeah, I got Rumble back up. I was dinking around with it when I had the camera blown back up. All right. Oh, Bondi dropped the bomb when she said the files are on her desk. Dude, she said a lot of stuff. And why did she make up these file folders, these binders, that had even less evidence in than we already had? It's, we've discussed it or not. I've said I think it feels like a psyop. Okay. Now let's see. Recipe. We now demand to know where Jimmy Hoffa files are. Oh, God. Dude. If they were, you know what? You know where those are? Those would be deep in the CIA, NSA, or somewhere. Once again, Tulsi Gabbard has access to not just the FBI stuff, the deep CIA stuff, anything they would not hide. Because anybody that thinks the CIA, NSA, or any of the other letter agencies aren't hiding things at this point from our government, come on. We had a general, and actually, it wasn't just the one general. Multiple generals were lying to the President of the United States. Yes, sir, we are taking troops out of there, just like you said. See, this document shows it. They were lying to the President of the United States. His generals and his cabinet. So imagine, you're going to tell me the CIA, NSA, whatever, are telling even Tulsi everything, or Trump? Bullshit. Bull crap. Once again, want to buy some beachfront ocean property in Nebraska? That's it. But yeah, Jimmy Hoffa, woof. Wouldn't that be something? You know what? I want Epstein files, but I would love, I would take it wouldn't fix it for me, but I wouldn't mind a consolation prize of the Hoffa. That wouldn't be bad. But I'm going to ask a question again. Ghislaine Maxwell is still in jail for trafficking to nobody. Now they're saying she was trafficking to herself and Epstein. Bullshit. Bullshit. And I like how they nixed getting her testimony into Congress. I don't know. Something stinks. But I think there's nothing left. All right. We ain't getting anything from the government. Yeah, 100%. Epstein stuff is transformed into hopium. I agree. 100%. I think it's going to be the one, I'm hoping there's no more. I think it's going to be the one black mark on the Trump presidency this time. And I don't think Trump still, I think he's starting to get the idea, by the way people are pissed. But I think he's still not 100% aware of how big a deal it is to people. Trump is good, but he doesn't read everything right. He doesn't get everything right. And he can still be failed by the people below him. He's got a lot better people in this time in his administration. He does. He just does. Come on, guys. You all have to admit to me. Donald Trump has much better people in his administration this time. I like how Rumble, before Rumble got booted by YouTube, screwing that up, messing with my software there. I had 7 people over there. Now nobody's come back. I love Rumble, how that works. But I keep checking over there. All right, well, one person over there. Okay. But yeah, I think it's hopium. My personal feelings. MLK and his circle were connected with some groups that likely will make MLK look much differently, especially in today's society. Ooh, that's possible. But I mean, is anybody really doing deep dives into that paperwork yet? I sure haven't had the time. 230,000 pages. Like I said, so far all I've watched and heard and read is no big things have come out of it. So maybe we're all just conspiracy theorists and had too much tinfoil wrapped on our heads too long. Maybe there just isn't much there. Or if there was, it's gone. Or they'll never tell us. We already know our government has taken out at least one president and probably tried to take out another. So, do you really think they're going to just tell you stuff because you're president? Or because Tulsi Gabbard goes in? No, they're going to go, hey, here's this. Well, shit's off in a warehouse where, the Lost Ark of the Covenant is at. They ain't going to tell us crap. Even if it was there. I think if it's there, it's not going to happen. But I do like how Trump is going after people for doing the shit that they said he was doing. I like that Adam Schiff is under investigation. I like that Comey's under investigation. I like that Comey's daughter got fired. How in the batshit hell was she still in there? There is no way she was not as dirty as her daddy. And it's weird how she keeps getting assigned to some of these crazy big, cases. A lot of them. Weird how that happened. So yeah, 100%. Oh, he really needs the Simpsons files. O.J. Simpson? Now, we all know O.J. was... We had to let O.J. go just to kiss ass to the... We gotta make amends to the blacks people, so we'll just let a murderer go. Woohoo! But it's never enough. We can't prostrate ourselves enough. Prostrate, sorry. Probably the other word, too. Enough for the black people, because, Iquenza Ocha, so whatever. White devil. Even if your family fought to free the slaves. Hey, you know what? It's too bad you're white. But, hey, white people are racist. I don't know if anybody saw, there's a video by Officer Tatum a couple days ago where he's talking about how black people are honestly, truly the most racist. Like, glad he said it. She's the Trump version of Adam Schiff. The camera let me run to it and flap my gun. Yeah. 100%, Jimmy. In fact, I'm not even sure she's the Trump version. You're talking about Blondie? I have my own theories, guys. I think Matt Gaetz was taken out by the deep state. And Blondie was their one person they wanted in there to stop Trump from doing a lot. And I think that's her job. So, just saying. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying, Current head of the CIA was the DNI during Trump's administration. He had the same info Tulsi has. Yes, Radcliffe. And he went along with the Russian hoax. Yes. Well, like I said, Trump did not understand government. As dirty as the swamp he thought it was, when he got in there, he found out how it was even dirtier. He trusted the wrong people. He didn't know. Trump had no idea how deep the rot is. How so many people are uniparty. How many people are they don't care about this country and they are just there for themselves. And I think once he got through and that first 4 years, he had another 4 years to ruminate on it and then see what they kept doing to him anyway. Then he realized, at least more, how deep the rot is. How many people in our government do not give a shit about this country or you, me, or anybody else out here. It's all for them, none for us. They want to be a ruling class over us. Screw public service. It's public serve us. So yes, Trump made mistakes. We all can go back and talk about all the people he had back then. But that's kind of a dumb conversation anymore because we all know he appointed bad people. He believed people that he was told were the authority, that these people were the good ones. And he kind of got caught up. And right now, come on, you cannot tell me this administration is not miles better than the old one. Tulsi Gabbard is great. I think Dan Bongino is good. Kash Patel, we'll see. Pam Blondie sucks. But he's got a lot better people. I mean, come on, Rubio? Who had Rubio being so epic on their bingo card? That man's been working. And I can't remember the bald guy's name who always comes out and speaks, Biden moment. Come on, you guys will put it out there. That guy, man, he is dead on. So he's way above. But yeah, Radcliffe, we can talk about all day. And honestly, I do not want to talk about Trump's first administration. We all know he picked horrid people. He listened to the wrong people. But this is much better. Comey's daughter was there for strategic incompetence. Yeah, 100%. 100%, Jay Watterson. Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's kind of weird how she somehow got involved in all these cases. It's like she was the only prosecutor or something. My ass. In fact, I don't even like the fact that I have nepotism problems with too many people in one family being involved in our government. Any government. I don't care. City, county, state, or federal. I have issues with any of that. I would almost like laws on the books that, hey, while your daddy's doing this, little girl can't be doing anything in the federal government. While daddy's in the state government, brother, whatever, can't be in the state government. This nepotism shit in the county I'm in Illinois, it's nowhere near Chicago, but it's known as, right out of the Chicago zone, the county with the most corruption, most nepotism. So, yeah. I mean, come on. We have a county board in my county that is bigger than LA County Board. All right. Trump knows it's a big issue. Yeah, he knows now how big it is. I think he was caught off guard. I don't know if it's going to get much bigger. And Urbexy, we don't know if there's anything left to release. All right. Bizarre Star, how's it going? I don't know if I'm telling it like it is. I'm just telling it the way I see it, even with the tinfoil I got stuffed up under this hat. I hide the tinfoil sometimes. Welcome, by the way. Let me check on Rumble. Okay, yeah, Rumble never really recovered, so, okay. Rumble's a weird duck, though. Okay, guys, do me a favor, though. Please hit thumbs up for the stream. I don't ask you to subscribe, but hey, if you stop by and chat, I welcome. Appreciate it. But let's see here. Texan, what is up? They do not have the power to shut the door on the president when he orders the deal. Oh, come on. All right, Texan. You're so cute. You're so cute. Come on. Yes, they do. We are talking people who took out at least one president. Tried to take this one out. Milley and other generals and other people in our military and the CIA, whatever else, were all lying to Trump when Trump said, get our soldiers out. Trump did a lot of shit where people in our government lied to him. That was the president. They lied to the few other people in his cabinet that were good people. They lied. So yes, they do have the power. We are talking the big power base of this government. So I'm sorry, bud. I hate to tell you this. Yes, they do have the power, whether we like it or not. Are they supposed to have the power? Nope. Do they? Yeah. Or else, why isn't Milley on treason charges? He should have been on it long before he got a pardon. Milley lied. He shoved paperwork in front of the president showing, oh yeah, we're taking troops out when they weren't. Milley was talking to China. So yeah, no, Milley is a treasonous piece of shit. My opinion, Mr. Milley, who really needs to face a lot of jail time. But yes, they can do it, Texan. I'm sorry, bud. I wish I was wrong, but no, they can do it. Sorry, I had a pop-up in my screen. But I wish they didn't have the power. The problem is that is what Trump is trying to fight against. He's trying to fight against probably the super deep, and I'm betting he's fighting most of the three-letter agencies. Because unless you can, which I don't know what damage that could do, unless you could somehow, well, come on, Trump can't even fire all the USAID people without the judges stopping him. Imagine, I wish Kash Patel would have done more of what he said. I would like to see Kash Patel come in and truly gut the FBI. We already know now, at the very least, with the Epstein stuff alone, people in the FBI were fighting that and doing shit against the wishes of the president, against the Attorney General of the United States of America. Yeah. Against the director of the FBI, the assistant director of the FBI. They already don't listen. So they do have the power. Unfortunately, they just do. He can order them to investigate, but when you circle the wagons and they can disappear stuff. So, all right. But I wish you were wrong, Texan. I wish you were right that they didn't have the power, but unfortunately they do. And that is what Trump is trying to fight. Sometimes I think we forget that what he's trying to fight is institutional, that it is almost as part of our government as wheels are on a wagon these days. That they've integrated themselves so heavily that I'm not sure what it would take to rip it out of there and keep it working. It'd be like pulling 3 wheels off your wagon and trying to pull concrete blocks in your wagon around the block. It's just going to have a problem. They've integrated themselves in so many ways, it's almost like, to use a Stargate reference, it's almost like a Goa'uld who they get in there, put tendrils all through your body and control you. So, can't take it out without killing the host. That's the problem. All right, he learned from his mistakes during his first term. I don't think he's going to make some of those same mistakes. I don't think he's going to make the same mistakes, Bizarre Star, but Donald Trump is still an imperfect man and can make others. So, yes, I do think he learned a lot from his 4 years in and the 4 years of what they did to him. But, I do worry that he's making a mistake backing Pam Bondi. Pam had better really do some big stuff. I mean, he told her to get that, the grand jury testimony and everything out there. Let's see if she does it. Honestly. And honestly, guys, don't be too hard on Trump. I was hard on him. We've had some discussions, pretty rough. But don't be too hard on the man. Think of what he's doing. He is doing more probably before noon on one day than Biden did in the last 4 years. Hell, I'm bet he did more done on noon of one day than Barack Obama did in a whole week. So he's really doing a lot. And for a man his age, damn. That is amazing. All right. Urbexy, rephrase that to legal power. Yeah, well, half the thing, our government and Urbexy right now, your government included, they're not doing things by legality. They're just doing it because they've, once again, integrated themselves so deep. They are like the nervous system of our governments now, yours and mine. You almost can't rip them out of there anymore. All right. The Texan, then how are they going to stop now? That's the problem. We don't know. It's public that Obama's being investigated by DOJ. Yeah, well, I know they're investigating Obama. All right, everybody, pull out those little tablets. Get ready to pop a few of them out of there. Time to take your black pills. Do any of you think that Obama is actually going to be arrested or face real charges? I'm going to black pill you. I'm sorry. No. I'm going to say Obama will face no charges. I did hear they reopened some of the stuff into the Hillary Clinton investigation. Where Comey come out, yeah, she broke this law, this statute. Yeah, she had all this stuff on, this top secret stuff on a private email server. But hey, nobody would charge her. I've heard they reopened that. Do I think they're going to charge her? No. In fact, if you want to put layers of tinfoil on, please feel free. I'll wait a second while you go get your favorite type of tinfoil. All right, got it wrapped around your head? Here we go. You could say that maybe they're just trying to distract everybody from the Epstein thing. I'm just here to put out both sides, guys. I really do not think Hillary Clinton's going to be prosecuted. I don't think Barack Obama's going to face anything. I'll tell you what. You want to see the lefties rally? You touch their brown presidential Jesus? Woof. Woof. The lefties already are... right now they're reaching. The leftards are bored. They're losing their focus on the immigration thing to a point. They're starting to get a little listless again. We got to be careful because if you give them their next big thing, woof. And I think Barack Obama being arrested would be it. I don't know. I don't think they're going to find anything on Obama. We already, half the stuff they're going after him for stuff we already knew. We knew years ago that there were White House minutes that I believe it was James O'Keefe or somebody else got that showed Barack Obama was in a meeting with Biden in that room, and they were being briefed over the Hillary Clinton Russia hoax. They knew it was a hoax. We've actually known that for years if you look back. A lot of people have forgotten that. We knew this stuff years ago. We knew Biden and Obama both knew. Oh, good grief. Sorry. Stupid malware bites pop up. Stop it. You're screwing up my stream. No. I said stop. Stop. Dude. My gods. I said no pop-ups from them and they're still doing it. So I'm going to delete their software. Not going to pay for it anymore if they're going to keep doing that. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. I know I sound like a total whiny turd, but I am happy with Trump, what Trump has got done. I'm happy with what Trump, I'm sure, is really trying to get done and do. This stuff, I think, is a big reach, and maybe some of it is for show. I don't think you're going to get them. Jay Water, okay, so how are they going to stop? But Texan, buddy, on answer your question, I don't know, and I don't think they're going to try to stop him. I think the deep state knows Trump ain't going to charge President Obama. Do I wish he would? Oh, yeah. Oh, see, I am not. People think Trump is bad. Oh, I'm much tougher than Trump. I'm an a-hole. I would be in there, and I have no political bone in my body. I don't care if somebody likes me. I would have already gotten on TV. Immigration. I would have got on TV and said, here, I would have stood right at that podium going, all right, everybody illegal alien. I don't give a shit whether you've committed another crime here or not. You're here illegally. You have exactly 20 days to leave this country with everything you can carry. Because if we find you here in 20 days and we don't give a shit if you're a cook, we don't give a shit if you've been here 20 years. I don't give a shit if you broke our laws, came here illegally, and been okay since. Nope. We find you, you are going to be taken out with just a clothes on your back, not a penny more of our money. Then we're going to seize all your property and sell it off to make back the money you've stolen from the American people. And as part of that speech, I would say to every single banking institution, any single landlord, property owner, any state who's given driver's licenses to illegal aliens, you have exactly 20 days to close those accounts, to rescind those driver's licenses, to boot this person out of the building you have rented to them, or we will come for you. I would say that. I'm much tougher. This immigration shit wouldn't be dragging on if I was there. And I would look at these district court judges, and I would be back on the news, back on the TV screen going, here's the actual law. Here's what these judges are doing. These district judges do not have the constitutional power. They can fuck off. You made your ruling. You sue me and take me to Supreme Court. In the meantime, I'm going to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing by law, by the mandate of the people. See, I'm tougher than Trump is. And as for this Epstein shit, oh no, I'd be digging. Maybe there's nothing left, but I'd be digging. In fact, that would be Kash Patel and how about this? How about Dan Bongino? I would say, Dan Bongino, your only job is you and Tulsi work together, go find the Epstein shit. If there's something there, we want to know. If there's nothing, let us know and prove it to us. I am just much tougher. All right. Has any named character been charged aside from the run-of-mill NPCs? No, not really, Jimmy. I agree. I texting, buddy, I know they've all been saying that, but I do, yeah, the words you just used there is problem. Possible indictments. I don't think they're really going to indict them. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I have no problem saying that on here. And then when it happens, You guys have come back and go, hey, you said. I'm like going, you're right. I was wrong. But I just like Jay Watterson said up here, or Jimmy said. Jimmy said it. Who's been charged? One low-level Santos, who never should have been booted, but the Republicans are such weak-willed weenies. Santos did nothing different than half of Congress. Did nothing different than all the Democrats do, but the Republicans had to back down again. You should have kept Santos there. You had a seat, you morons. Republicans just do their best to give up power once they have it. But Texan, I bookmark this. I have no problem. Bring this back and go, hey, you remember on this date where you said, and I'll be going, yep. And I was wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong, Texan. I really am. But I just don't think so. Like Jimmy said, nobody big ever gets charged. Comey admitted right out loud what Hillary did and goes, but nobody would charge her. They admitted right out loud what Biden did, but hey, nobody would charge him. And the Republicans are such pussies, they never, ever make it stick. They never go after them. You don't see the impeachments from the right. You don't see the hearings. You don't see the charges, the investigations. They do nothing. And for every one person like Grassley and I forgot the other guy's name in there, Comer, who are doing actual investigations, most of the rest of Republicans won't go near those guys. They may go, yeah, they're doing a good job. Oh, no, I don't want to be on that. So I just don't think so. All right. Announced investigation, possible indictments against Obama for treason. General Flynn has even talked about. I know he has. I would watch the General Flynn thing where he's going on in Pence. I love hearing it, but we've all heard it so many times. Will we see it? All right. I think the MLK release is potential distraction. No, Urbexy, actually, if you look back, that's already been debunked because the MLK thing was already through the documentation, was already timed at a certain time. It was already going to come out. So, nope, that was already something somebody else thought of. They go, here. It was in the docket. It was already going to come out right here. Jay Watterson, plenty of summer left for more fiery, but mostly peaceful events. Yes, that's the problem, Jay Watterson. We have a lot left. They're a little bit of a lull right now, because I think the lefties can't focus very long on one thing. I'm surprised how well they focused on the Summer of Love, but they actually were, if you look at the Summer of Love, they were going nutty about more than one thing. So it took 3 or 4 things combined to keep them going. Right now, the Tesla thing's kind of burned out. Well, Elon killed him on that one. It's a saying, YouTube. And then you've got the immigration thing. They're starting to kind of lose a little bit of their fire on that. They still some places, but not as big a deal to them. My gods. Sorry, I had to have my notifications on, guys, because my brother is not able to be with my dad tonight, and my dad's out home alone, so I apologize just in case he falls. I have to have everything on. But yes, we do have a lot of summer left for some more nice little cookouts from the left. Texan, you're about to see something amazing. By the way, when you called me Q, ladies, see my asses. Well, no, Texan, I really, really hope you're right. I really, really do. I do. Millie, did I? No, I think I said something about Millie. Wait. No, I didn't skip over that, Jay Watterson. I actually said right out loud. I said, I read it, and then I said no, because the right has no balls to do anything. They never have the balls to do anything about stuff. They don't. They just do not. They're scared to charge anyone. And that's where we got into that, because Jimmy's comment was after that. That's where we got into that. I said, no, they have no balls to do anything. So, no, I didn't skip your comment. You skipped listening to my response. Ha! No. All right, so. Hey. Sorry, my computer over here did pop up again. Be a Democrat beta male and you'll never have to admit being wrong again. The problem is, Jimmy, the beta males are the Democrat foot soldiers. They are the smooth-brained, brainwashed, lazy, weenie, whiny morons out there. The ones who make fun of somebody while they're blocking somebody going to work. Ew, work. That type of person. Now, the people running the lefties, the Democrat Party people, the big higher ups, have plenty of balls. But they're either pure evil out there for themselves and hate this country, or they're lunatics. I think evil, but they have plenty of balls. They will impeach ad nauseum. They will break laws. They will use lawfare. They will make up charges. They'll arrest lawyers. They look at the Constitution, go, whatever. They look at federal laws, go, whatever. Immigration laws, I mean, come on. Show me where the Democrats gave a shit about immigration laws during the Biden administration. 20 to 30 million people were brought in here in spite of our laws. Yet now, Trump is supposed to follow the laws to kick them out. No. So that's the problem. And the right are a bunch of pussies. Won't do nothing about it. They won't say, screw you. They leave the same way they came in. So now the lefty betas are the low-level foot soldiers. They're the brainwashed morons. They can steer. They can steer anywhere. Now they got the boogeyman. Trump is, ooh, anything Trump does is bad. Trump could literally cure cancer, MS, and athlete's foot today, and they would still find a way to say he was evil for doing it, and the lefties would march and burn as soon as they said it. But the higher-ups got plenty of chutzpah, if you want to put it that way. They are evil. They want power. They want destroy. All right, Jay Waters gives me a flip. Does it mean you're flipping me off or you're flopping me off? Don't flop me off. I don't sound right at all. After the midterm elections are over, if Republicans hold everything, Trump should go scorched earth. I agree. I agree totally. In fact, if the Republican Party had half as much balls as the Democrat Party, Trump should be going scorched earth right now. Look what they did under Biden. The Democrats under Biden did pretty much go scorched earth. Arresting people, investigating, jailing, getting bullets through people's ears, you name it. They did that under the Wizard of Oz, under Biden. We know Biden wasn't the president. They went scorched earth. Yet right now, Trump can't go scorched earth because if he does, hell, the Republicans aren't even codifying into law what he's doing now. They have all the power. Yet there's always some traitor, weirdly. It's like watching a Gordon Ramsay show, like Hell's Kitchen. Every time they do a competition, it comes down to the one final, it's a tie. It's the one judge has to make a final decision. That's what we got now. Somehow, every time they can pass something, there's always somebody, some Republican goes, oops, I just can't agree, and gets his shit shelled. It's kind of like it's a setup almost. Now, Trump can't go scorched earth, but I think you're right. I think if they can hold the House and Senate, which I don't see it happening right now. I know a lot of people will say I'm wrong. They say the Democrats are floundering. Never underestimate the Republicans' ability to snatch loss out of the jaws of victory. Yeah. They really have a great way of losing. And the fact that they're not backing Trump right now is making a lot of people look at him and go, why would I vote for these assholes? We clearly voted in this election to do this shit, and they're doing nothing. The only reason the Republicans aren't facing heat like crazy right now is because, shit, the Democrats look even worse. Dude, the Republicans have one of their lowest approval ratings in history right now. It's not talked about enough. So, yeah. Republicans might not keep the House or the Senate, yeah? Yeah. Seem like the midterms don't matter. The thing is, yeah, they don't care because, Jay Watterson, in fact, if you want to get that tinfoil back out, or if you never took it off, you could say it's part of the uniparty establishment, part of the deep state. There are a lot of Republicans don't like Trump either, or that the fact that he does stuff. They don't like their grift. Their grift is, well, keep voting me in and I'll just keep trying to get something done. I've been there for 20 years and I've gotten nothing done. They just keep, vote me back in, I'll keep trying. They do nothing. You could say political theater, uniparty, or just total bullshit. Yeah, the Republicans, once again, they don't seem to have any imperative to try to do anything to show the Republican base, the MAGA base, whatever, to vote for them. They're doing nothing. And the MAGA base is pissed right now. I know I am. This shit with Mike Johnson, you should have got off your ass, been the Speaker of the House, which you're supposed to be, whipped these assholes into shape. It's a saying, YouTube. Into shape and said, no, we're going to debate this. We're going to vote on this before going on a month-plus long vacation on the taxpayer dollar. That's just stupid. That is just stupid. I see y'all on Rumble. How's it going? Couple people came back on Rumble. Okay. Sorry about that, Rumblers. YouTube caused a little problem. It jacked my software, and then not only did they take themselves out, they took you guys too. All right. But yeah, Republicans don't seem to give a rat's ass about the midterms. And that's, you got to wonder, if you want to go all Alex Jones or tinfoil, whatever you want to call it, you got to wonder if it's part of the plan for the deep state, uniparty, whatever you want to call it. Let's got to make sure Trump won't get more of this shit done because we like our power. They have medicine, so you never have to be flopped off again. Well, what a happy time to be alive that we have that. Imagine having problems with that before we had a race car that had Viagra on it. Rough days, rough days. If the Dems take the House, the impeachment, of course it will. Of course it will. They're gonna stall everything Trump does. They're gonna steal all the money from the wall again. Any of Trump's programs are gonna steal all the money. They're going to close the purse strings on anything he's done. Everything Trump did, I'd say 70% of what Trump has done will be undone. They will undo it instantly. And they will stall it, 100%. Now, I do think if they do that, if the Democrats do that, they will almost guarantee J.D. Vance a win in the presidency. Because that will piss the people off again. The people will look and they will see the economy shit again. Right? As soon as the Democrats take some power, the economy will go to shit again. All the extra wars, all the money problems, it'll all amp up and they'll see that. But will J.D. Vance be strong enough to do anything about it? I don't know. If you want answers about Epstein, you're not MAGA as a losing strategy. I think Jay Watterson, I agree totally, and I think Trump put his foot in his mouth. Hey, I'll call it what it is. He made a big mistake, and he got pissed off, and he let his anger get ahead of him and said something stupid. He just doesn't feel, and you got to think from the man's point of view. I know none of us can do it, and I know a lot of you guys can deny this, or just won't give an inch on this, but I'm sorry. Do you have any idea what he is fighting and doing? Once again, I already agreed with you. It's a shit thing to say. Big and stupid. But do you imagine what that man is dealing with right now? And at his age, he is dealing with a lot. And I'll tell you what, 10 plus years of being shit on, money lost, trying to steal your properties, trying to jail you for life, putting bullets through your ears. Sooner or later, it's going to get to you. Especially when everybody, no matter what you do, keeps coming at you with one bad thing every time ad nauseum. It's got to get on your nerves a little, even from those who support him. It's just never been enough. That's the problem. It's almost like we're all libertarians, where if I don't get everything I want, I ain't gonna vote yes. Okay, then you're gonna keep helping the Democrats. Good plan. And that's my idea of the Libertarian Party today. Yeah, we will have, they're voting on HABA for New Jersey. Yeah, that is on my docket. But we got caught up on this. All right, Martino. How you doing, buddy? Scorched Earth was a good video game made by a former coworker. Well, there you go. Uncle Sheridan used Scorched Earth tactics in Shenandoah Valley. Wow. Holy shit, dude. Damn. Welcome, by the way, Martino. Still laugh hearing JD talk about Trump tricking him with the big red button. Yeah. All right, Urbexy. Yeah, ear-piercing guns generally aren't ARs. Yeah, well, 100% Urbexy. And a kid who was notoriously a bad shot his whole life, was able to make that. And that's weird, because if you go look at where they blocked off certain things for that event in Butler, there's a Pac-Man. They left that area weirdly open where nobody was going to be patrolling and watching. Weird. Once again, anybody that thinks the whole Butler thing wasn't the same deep state people that took out the JFK types, man, once again, please buy my Atlantic Ocean beachfront property in Nebraska. So, okay. But let's move on before YouTube decides to nail me up. I want to close that. All right, by the way, you guys got a little ahead of me here. Boom! Alina Habba. I loved it, though. Okay, we were just crapping on the DOJ. I do love this, though. Activist judges in New Jersey tried to replace Alina Habba. Habba. Dude, how much better of a last name could that woman have had? You look like that, your last name is Habba? That's one step from hubba, baby. Habba? Come on. If anything can make you believe in God, right there. That woman with the last name Habba. Yeah. Replace Alina Habba with one of their leftist friends, Desiree Lee Grace. So the Trump DOJ immediately fired her. I do love that. I like this. It's at USA Habba, Attorney Habba or bust. Well, how about Habba's bust? But okay. And by the way, I agree with this. Senate must confirm Habba ASAP. Good luck. You think they'll actually do something? Nah. There's a bunch of Trump's people. They haven't been confirmed yet. Once again, it's almost like the deep state not trying to do everything they can. Although Uniparty. I like Uniparty. I've been using that for years. And I'm starting to get a few of my friends to understand, or they're starting to see the theater here. Starting to agree with me. Uniparty. It's crazy how the Democrats and Republicans always come together to do something that's not good for you and me. Weird how that works. The only time they really argue is when it's something that would be good for you and me. Look that shit up. That's when they argue. When it's something that would help the average American citizen, they argue like shit crazy. Something that's bad for you and me, it always gets passed. Come together right away. Clear as hell. Done. But yeah, you guys got ahead of me, but I really loved this because the news was big that, oh crap, they fired. Then suddenly, right away, all of a sudden, DOJ said nope. So I don't know if Pamela Bondi had anything to do with this. I'll tell you what, if Pam Bondi had something to do with this right here where she said no, then that makes me feel a little better about her. Matt Carrick, yeah, don't get me, dude, or Bexy, don't get me involved into that, man. Matt Carricker, I followed Demolition Ranch forever. Dude, I would just binge his videos. I loved his videos. You know, oh, man. It hurt me watching his last video. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, go look up Demolition Ranch on YouTube. What an amazing channel, an amazing run that man had. But wow. But yeah, his shirt, the guy who supposedly put the bullet through the ear of Trump was wearing one of his shirts. People are like, oh my God. Dude, Matt Carricker is a great guy. Anybody followed him? Wow. Matt Carricker actually had to make a couple of videos talking about that because he felt so bad and he was taking heat over some a-hole wearing a shirt of his. So, yeah. Ugh. She could be my VP any day. Yeah. Lena Habba. Habba. It was a slap in the 2A channels. I think there was more to it. You think there was more to that, Urbexy? It could have been just some jackass. I mean, you got a big YouTuber. A lot of people have his shirts. Hell, I've even got one, I'm sure, if I look around. But yeah, it's... Well, yeah, Urbexy, because... Well, YouTube made a lot of changes in their policy on 2A channels. In fact, a lot of 2A channels don't see the videos the views they did anymore. And his channel, the man made his money. He was super famous, had tons of money. He's set for beyond lifetimes. And yes, no matter what he did, his channel was seeing drops. A lot of the 2A channels are seeing drops. And that's where some 2A people are definitely going to Rumble because Rumble is more free speech. They're not suppressing it. Yes, a lot of 2A stuff is being suppressed. That's why sometimes, even with my cameras on my wide view, I don't talk about or point to the pew-pew thingy that lays behind me on my one table. A lot of people don't see it, but there is a Walther PK380 magnetized to one table down here. Not that I live in a bad neighborhood, but I believe in protecting people, my family. I have a couple Walthers. Actually, I think we have 3 Walthers in this house. We have 2 PK380s and a PPQ 40. And there's some other Freedom Seed throwers, but not talking about those here. All right. The dude couldn't shoot. Yeah, and suddenly pulls off wearing a 2A channel shirt. Something. Yeah, no, there's something screwy there. There are too many coincidences. We can go into it all day. Maybe someday we'll do a good chat stream about it, but there's way too many coincidences. If you believe that all those coincidences lined up and that he made that shot, man, oh man, I can't wait to talk to you when you win the big lottery jackpot tomorrow. So yeah. Unfortunately, I want to learn anything and everything and probably on a few lists from watching things. Jimmy, buddy, let me tell you right now. Half the people in the free world are on a list because we watch stuff that the governments or powers that be or World Economic Forum, whatever, the Davos people, whatever, don't want us to be. Yeah. And that, honestly, I always tell people, if you get suspended from YouTube or Facebook for a while, that's a badge of honor these days. That's how you know you're doing something right. But now, here we go. We're talking about Habba, though. Crooked federal judges in New Jersey declined to extend Alina Habba's term because the Senate hasn't got off their ass and confirmed her. We are like 6-7 months into the Trump administration, and they still haven't confirmed all of his picks. What the fuck? So once again, we can say the Democrats are evil, but at least the Democrats move. They had almost all of Biden's shit done in the first month or two. And we know he wasn't picking them. But they had almost all of his shit confirmed. Long time before 6-7 months in. And here they are. They're still not confirming these people for Trump. So tell me again how Republicans are, I think uniparty. But I did like seeing this. Now this says Pam Bondi said hell no and fired Desiree Lay Grace hours later, creating a vacancy. Now, I don't know. I have not seen beyond 1 or 2 posts that saying Pam Bondi actually had anything to do with it. So I don't know. Now I do like this. I did see this earlier. Now guess what? Trump can appoint Habba again as interim U.S. Attorney General. He shouldn't have to. To the Republicans in the Senate, you have the power, and Murkowski and all these other twats who say they are not even rhinos. Do not call yourself Republican. And I'm going to ask Alaska, what the hell are you doing putting up this rhino crap? Vote better, Alaska. We expect better of you. But he shouldn't have to appoint her as interim again. Jesus, get off your asses and confirm these people. But I do hope that Pam Bondi had something to do with it just because maybe she can hit a little redemption. But yeah, I don't know. Says that Pam Bondi fired. That's a lot of people are saying it. So, I don't know. All right. So, I saw one of you guys say something about Loomer earlier, too. And I can watch her, but she can drive me nuts. But, I posted, I had stuff ready for you guys. You guys are just smart enough to get ahead of me. Once again, my gerbil falls off the wheel and I'm stuck for a while. But yeah. Of course, the New Jersey state picks, a Democrat shill. Of course. Of course. Yeah, it's like slapping the face of the president. The president chooses. Come on. All right, so let's stop and chat with you guys for a sec. See where we're at. But no, Jimmy, keep learning. Never let... I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican, a centrist, or even a libertarian. Yes, that's my name for them from now on. Anybody says, well, yeah, 8-year-olds should be able to take heroin. No big deal. We should have no borders. No big deal. Yeah, you're a libertarian. Libertarians have gone loony. The libertarians have turned into anarchists. I'll say it. I used to identify myself as kind of a libertarian, but now I look at their craziness. No, that's anarchist. They pretty much want no laws or rules. All right, that thumbnail should be the thumbnail for Two Girls, One Cup, the remake. All right. If you're on the government list by now, you might be vaxxed. If you're not on the government list. Actually, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. We ask that you mask. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, I got booted out of a grocery store for that. Illinois actually said, for people with my lung problem, if you had a real breathing problem and you couldn't function in the mask, Illinois actually said you cannot force somebody with a disability to wear a mask. I have like 30-something% of my lungs functioning. You ever try wearing a real N95 mask with 30% of your lungs functioning? I had an out. My local grocery store kicked me out saying I couldn't be there. I'm like, dude, here's the actual law. Signed, Illinois. You can't do that. Well, too effing bad. Get out. They said they call the cops on me. I'm like, the hell? So, that was my local grocery store. They're lucky I don't name them. Because I can prove it. No reply. What's up, buddy? I consider myself a Ron Paul Republican. Thing is, doesn't Ron Paul consider himself a libertarian? But I think Ron Paul is a libertarian type that I would like to have seen got farther. I don't think Ron Paul and today's libertarians have a lot in common. Ron Paul is not an anarchist. Do I agree with him on everything? No. But Ron Paul is not an anarchist saying, hell, well, too well, we can't have drug laws. Who cares if 8-year-olds are taking heroin? 7-year-olds should be able to drink whiskey. We shouldn't have any borders. I don't think that's Ron Paul. I don't remember him ever saying that. Isn't he? I thought Ron Paul was a libertarian. Wait a minute here. I could be wrong. Hang on. I thought he wasn't. He used to be, right? Generally describes as libertarian, but also labeled conservative. So they say he's a libertarian. Giving speeches more libertarian and libertarian conservative ideals. Yeah. As a libertarian. So he ran for president as a libertarian, not a conservative. I don't know. I'd have to say he's kind of libertarian. But no reply. No reply. I'm going to say Ron Paul is the better brand of libertarian. Ron Paul is the brand of libertarian that we kind of needed and wanted. Let's sit there. I'll leave Alina Habba on the screen. That's much better to look at. I'm sorry, but Ron Paul's a libertarian. Oh, you can say you're a Republican. That's like Bernie Sanders saying, I'm an independent. Bullshit. He's a Democrat. The only reason he says he's independent is because then he can say, when they do something stupid, he go, well, I didn't do that. I'm independent. Bullshit. Anybody says they're an independent in our government, yet always votes with or works with or does everything if one party is one party. And Ron Paul does not do that, or did not do that. Ron Paul, I'm sorry, if you run for president as a libertarian, it kind of makes you a libertarian. So, Ron Paul came across as a centrist almost, yeah? Well, keep in mind, guys, the left who hates Donald Trump right now, Donald Trump and half of his administration today would have been considered lefties in 1996. So, yeah. But yeah, Ron Paul made a lot of sense. Even me, younger me, watched Ron Paul videos. I remember them. If he'd had a little more chutzpah in his step, he would have got farther. But he did really good. He scared the parties. As non-American, I have a question. Yes, for those of you who don't know, Urbexy is stuck in part of the UK, but probably one of the better parts at the moment. As a non-American, I have a question. Why do people register as a Republican or Democrat? Is it a requirement? Yes, it is. Yes, that is in our laws. It's you almost, in a lot of states to even vote, you have to register as a Democrat or Republican. Shitty as that is. I don't think it's every state, but a lot of states, yes. You have to actually register as a Democrat or Republican to vote. Even though a lot of people lie, especially Democrats. Sorry, guys, it's a fact. Democrats lie and will say they're Republican and then kind of try to skew primaries and everything. But yes, Urbexy, in America, if you want to be a major candidate and ever get near real public office, most of the time you have to register as either a Democrat or Republican, because you cannot make it most of the time without the big party backing. Yep. And as a voter, a lot of times in a lot of places you have to register as one or the other to even vote. Weird, huh? I remember watching Ron Paul on the Morton Downey Jr. show back in the 90s. Wow, there's a flashback. Whoa. Ron Paul ran for president both 08 and 012. Well, yeah, because he figured out he wasn't going to make it as a libertarian. So he tried to get in as a Republican back then. But, just saying. I don't know if he is or not. I'm going to stick with my guns and say he's a libertarian. He still talks a lot of libertarian stuff. I don't see him talking a lot of Republican things, but he does still talk a lot about libertarian things. But how about this? You say he's a Republican, I'll say he's libertarian, so we'll kind of... He's a Republitarian. There we go. That's where we'll stick for tonight. Twice as a Republican. Yeah, but he ran as also a libertarian. He still talks on a lot of libertarian stuff. But I still think he's a better breed of libertarian. All right, let's see here. Rebecca, oh yeah, feels like I was 108 for today. What? Oh, seeing mass people walking around driving the car. Yeah, they still do it. Jimmy's right. There are some people, I don't know why. We've seen some people that are out walking, still wearing masks, walking their dogs. It's rare, but you still see it. You're like, I know who you voted for. Yeah. There are still some people driving their cars wearing masks. There are a few people that come into my gym wearing a mask. Not many, but a few. And usually everybody goes, looks right at them, goes, okay, you're one of those. There are a few people I see walking along the streets out here wearing masks. So yeah, you walk outside right now to let my dogs out to go potty. You got to like dog paddle. It is so humid out there. It is nuts humid. I was out in it all day and I am cooked. Well, in some areas, Jay Waterston, in my area, you can't vote. You must register as one or the other to vote in my area. You don't just walk in. I think you have to register. But I know if you want to run and actually have any chance of winning major public office in this country, yes, there are a few non-affiliated. But a lot of them got in there and then said they're going to be non-affiliated. But most of the people in our government, you are not going to get there unless you are one of a party. You have to be one. 9 out of 10 times. For every one person that can get in running as an independent, that is so rare. That is super rare to make it. It really is. And a lot of them get in there and then they will run as a party and then leave the party if they want to later on. Once you get in that power, once you get there, it's hard to get you out. Being a small town, you tend to run into the wackos at some point. I don't know, Jimmy. Quad Cities isn't that small. I mean, no, we're nowhere near big as Chicago. But you take the Quad Cities as a whole, there's almost 500,000 people here. We're a kind of very rurally looking town compared to for that many people, but it's just shy of 500,000 people around here. That's not too small. Now, I grew up near small towns. Look up Edgington, Illinois and Andalusia, Illinois. I didn't even grow up in those towns. I grew up about 5 miles from each of them. My best friends were trees. Hey, Riker boy. Hey, big dog. What you doing, big dog? You done sleeping on the couch over there and snoring? Sorry, guys. I got a big old dog down here. Does him running an 88 as libertarian count? Yeah. Oh, no reply. I don't ignore people in masks. I laugh. I look right at them. I do the Stewie. Oh, no, I look right at them. And I'll even giggle at them sometimes. There's one lady who was being obnoxious. And she was being obnoxious at my gym. Just being a T-Watt. I think it had something to do with my hat. So I just looked right at her. I go, huh? I bet I can guess who you voted for. I asked if she was still a little butthurt about it. But she'd been saying some saucy stuff to me, so I don't ignore them. Some days I need a more mood booster. Exactly, Jimmy. Thank you. My county population is close to 20K today. Well, I don't know how many's in my county. I have no idea. Edgington, Illinois, a place you never come. Yeah. That's where my high school was at. Edgington, Illinois. How many people? Now I'm curious, guys. How many people reckon? Let's see. 141,000 people in my county. Yeah. Woohoo! So that's it. My county has 141,200 people. So that's Rock Island County. So, yep. And that's part of the Quad Cities. All right. The only voting that requires party membership is primaries. But the thing is, if you want to get public office, most of the time you will get nowhere near winning unless you are registered as a Democrat or Republican. So it's pretty much a requirement. All right. Let's see. What did I have here? Did we want to talk about this, or are you guys tired of it already? We talked a little bit about it. Trump saying that Obama, kind of a traitorous turd. That's something you guys want to chit-chat about? I mean, I got stuff over here from Gateway Pundit talking about it. I had it on here, but when we went to the Epstein thing, they called Epstein, see? They called Obama absolutely cold. It's time to go after people. Trump goes off calling for Obama's prosecution. He's guilty. This was treason. I agree, but we already talked about it. Don't think it's going to happen. So let's not reverse. Let's just stick with it. My county is 842,000. Yahoo! I don't know how many's in Scott County. Scott County's got Davenport in it, so Davenport's got a little more. Let's see. But we have a couple counties here. Let's see. Population. Scott County has 175,000. Okay. Like I said, this whole area has right around 500,000 people. So we're not a tiny town. We're not like some big city, but we're good sized. But I don't know. Do you guys have anything else to even say about this? We talked a lot about it during the Epstein stuff. Texan brought up a couple comments about it, so I think we set it all. And I don't care if you guys wander me off on, certain topics in advance or change the order. I don't care. Honestly, I'm tired of hearing about it only because nothing ever happens. If there's proof, there needs to be arrest. Well, there is proof. No reply. There is proof. It was openly known years ago. I can't remember it was James O'Keefe or whoever did it. They did FOIA requests and got the actual White House transcripts through FOIA requests showing that Obama and Biden were in the Oval Office at a briefing about what Hillary was doing. They knew then by White House transcript documents, means there's also audio recordings of that because they record that stuff. They knew then that she was doing this and at the least did nothing, or at worst helped her do it. So they knew she was doing illegal shit. They knew Comey was doing illegal shit. That he knew Strzok and Page were doing illegal shit. They knew they were lying to these courts to get these wiretaps. And we all think back and remember, they were making fun of Trump when he said they were spying on his campaign. Remember that. Yeah, so they knew all that at the least and did nothing. And being the president and vice president at the time, that makes you part of the collusion. If you have the power to go, we're not doing this illegal shit, and you don't, oh no. So there is proof, no reply. But I'm still going to agree that I don't think that anything's going to be done, unfortunately. Let's see. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. We did discuss it a lot with the Epstein stuff. Nobody's above the law except when the deep state uniparty's involved. 100%, Jay Watterson. And Obama was as much of an empty suit as Joe Biden was. The only difference was, at least they could send Barack Obama out to do his own speeches without note cards telling him to sit down and not poop himself. I think they actually didn't like Barack Obama because he wasn't empty suit enough for them. He still had his own mind about a few things, still did some stuff that they didn't like, still had a willpower. That's why they took Biden this time. They wanted a true empty suit. All right, so I agree with you guys. Let's move on past I will say, well, one thing Trump is talking. Trump, this is what annoys Trump. No matter what he does, we got to be careful that we give the man his props for the good stuff. As much as we all agree the Epstein thing is a stink bomb, we got to remember Trump's job numbers reports are way up. Even when the Democrats try to revise them down, they go, oh shit, that number is almost exactly right. Damn it. Where every one of the Biden employment numbers came out, they quietly a month later tried to go, oh, oops, it's half of that. Oops. It was always that. They went after his job numbers the other day, go, these ain't real. Oh, whoops. Came out almost dead on. Wages are up. Groceries are cheaper. Yeah, my eggs ain't costing me $7.97 a dozen anymore at Aldi. My gas prices are way down. Of course, I buy my gas in Iowa, like anybody intelligent in my area had better do. Energy is down, yes. Trump has a lot of wins, and I'm going to say real quick before we move on, we got to make sure we give him his props. We don't let everybody drag us just into the one or two moronic things that Trump does, his administration is doing, or Spamel Blondie's doing, or whatever. Don't let the Democrats, the leftards, just mire you in only the bad. We can look at the bad. We just discussed the bad. We can be pragmatic and realistic about the bad, but do not let them steer you into just the bad. Don't let them steer you away and make you forget and not throw back at them. Hey, how are your egg prices? I actually saw somebody the other day, yeah, they're not low enough. They should be a lot lower. Hey, asshole, they're a third of what they were under your president. Screw you. Well, I remember under the first Trump administration, they were like under $1 a dozen. Dude, the chances of us ever getting that again are very low. I don't care what Trump does. You can only reverse inflation, cost rises, and everything so much. Do I think we'll see $1.50 eggs? Probably not. I think we're about at the low level. But a third of what they were, gas prices being way down. Yes, they've gone up a couple cents because of the summer blend and the demand for the summer season in America, but it's still barely a rise. But come on, we got to make sure we throw back at them all the good stuff. Of course, they won't see the immigration thing as a good thing, but I do. And by the way, they are building the wall too. They are working on it. Jay Waters and Leslie Stahl still needs to apologize to Trump. I would not hold your breath. Leslie Stahl needs to be told to get the F off and just, go the hell away. What a snobby twat. But yeah, good luck, Jay Watterson. I don't think you'll ever get it. And by the way, not just I got a family member who likes watching 60 Minutes. I actually tried to watch that show a little recently. Holy shit, that show is nowhere what it used to be when I grew up. What a deeply partisan, horrid news show that thing is. That is pure propaganda. And I'm not talking about when they do the cool thing like, hey, let's talk about banana ball or something. When they go into politics, wow. They used to be not perfectly centered, but they used to be a lot more than they are now. Jimmy, stop it. Dang it, Jimmy. You beat me to it again. All right. We'll get there in a sec. You guys see this dude? We talked a little bit about him when he started becoming bigger. Another one of the Somalis. Actually, he's a native born, but his family came from Somalia. But have you listened to this dude? Right-wingers' ideology is literally just about being scared of anything slightly different. That's what they're saying about him. Dude is loony. This is about to be your new bear. Good luck. He's already said he's all about protecting Somalia, again, like Ilhan Omar, and Somalians' way of life. That he should have stayed in Somalia.
Hello everyone, Senator Omar Fateh here, candidate for Mayor of Minneapolis. We are here at the Target Center today for the DFL endorsement for the Board of Estimate and Taxation, park boards, as well as the mayoral race. Really excited. We're talking to a lot of great delegates today about why we're running. Excited to talk about our vision for a city that actually provides meaningful public safety for everybody, no longer polluting our underrepresented communities, making sure everyone has access to clean air and clean water, fully supporting our public schools, and making sure everyone has a safe and stable housing. Really honored to be here today.
Now, this is one of his more calm, reasonable type chats. But if you go dig into this guy, he says a ton of shit like Zoran Mamdani. He is very borderline communist. And he said multiple times he really supports the Somalians and their Somalian way of life. Okay. He also supports gutting the police and having these social workers out there. Hey, I'm fine. Anybody's watched police videos? Watch police videos out there on YouTube or wherever else? Tell me how many of those social workers would be helpful in. Yeah. He's the mayoral candidate now. Yeah, 100%. Dude, imagine what would happen if this guy wins in Minneapolis, which there's a big chance he might. He has a bigger chance of winning than Zoran Mamdani has. But imagine if this dude gets elected in Minneapolis and Mamdani wins in New York. I know I've heard people go, well, you don't want to give up on our biggest, best city and part now in Minneapolis. I'm going, you know what? Maybe with lefties, you have to let it get so bad. Finally give them the communism they want. You cut off federal dollars to any of those communist programs, but you let them steep, roast, based in their communism for a while. And then we'll see how they are. Maybe that's the way it is. Yeah, he is. I think he has a bigger chance of winning than Mamdani has. Because people don't realize how big the Somalian community is. That's what I wanted to talk. Okay. Here's one more thing we might add today. I know I'm going to run a long stream because I haven't had one in a while. And I don't care. I'm out for doing long streams when I get the chance to get on here. I used to listen to NPR long drives, but I kept noticing they're left-leaning. Jimmy, when I grew up, my father loved classical music. So we were listening to a lot of NPR channels when I was a kid. So I heard a lot of their news, all things considered, you name it. I even heard their Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers car show called Car Talk on the day. But I heard a lot of National Public Radio growing up. And yes, they used to be much more centered. Did they always have a left-leaning? I would believe so, yes. In fact, damn, yeah, they did. But not like today. Where you have the head of NPR up there admitting that they have everybody on their staff as lefty and not a single right-leaning person or centrist? Yeah. Yeah, they don't lean left anymore. They are pretty much just laying down all the way on the left side. And PBS is the same way. I'll tell you what, if I had kids here in this house today, they would not watch modern day Sesame Street. They would not watch any Sesame Street after the year 2000. Last 25 years, or at least 20 years, Sesame Street has been a piece of crap compared to what it was. You take a look at Sesame Street today compared to Sesame Street in 1995. You're going to be shocked. Is he speaking English? Yeah? You guys can hear it, right? Did you hear him? I played him. If not, I got something turned off. But let me know if you actually heard him.
I'm hoping to earn your trust and your support. And myself,
are you hearing that?
Becoming a first-time father in a few weeks. I want to have a city that I can raise my son in, and that all of us can raise our families in. So hope to earn your support, and thank you all so much.
See, well, so I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, he speaks clear English. He was born here, but his family immigrated in, so he's like first gen. Yeah, if you guys didn't hear that, let me know. I thought I had the speakers on. Well, it says I do. It says I do. Checking my settings, just making sure. Research suggested about 48% of Somali population has an inbreeding coefficient higher than would be expected. Yeah. No reply. I actually heard that. That is something that I was not sure about, but I've heard more people mentioning that Somalians, the one actually still over in Somalia, have an insane level of a little bit of inbreeding problem. Yeah. They don't have qualms about the marrying your brother and sleeping with him shit. They still think it like the old royal families. Keep it in the family, they think. So, hey sis, you up? That's weird. But I don't know about the American ones. I mean, you know, Ilhan Omar, why is she still in office? We know for a fact she married her brother. Kind of weird. It was low volume. That's as high as it goes. That is jacked up 100%. Low volume, but I have AC running and TV on the background noise. Okay. Yeah, he speaks really good English. He really does. So, yeah, clear English. Maybe a teeny bit of an accent, but no, it's really good English. So, yeah. All right. So, let's go on to... Actually, I want to look this up real quick. I want to see if I can find this. I don't know if I can find this or not. Hang on, guys. I don't know if I can find it. Hang on. See if this comes up. I was helping today. Oh, here we go. This one. I think this is the one I heard today. Dude. If this is the one, I don't know. I just looked it up real quick, guys. But my God, dude. This is a Democrat saying in the open exactly what all the illegals are here for. What they are trying to do. They give a shit about democracy. When Democrats, democracy. It's right up until they lose. Then they don't give a fuck about democracy. Not a bit. They riot. They burn. They attack. They lie. They cheat. They steal. They vote for communists. They don't give a rat's ass about democracy. And she openly says why the illegal aliens are here. Ready for this one? Love it.
From Brooklyn, New York, we have a diaspora that can absorb a significant number of these migrants. And when I hear colleagues talk about, the doors of the inn being closed, no room in the inn, I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And
that right there says it all. Bring the illegals in for redistricting. They will use the illegals in their census, count them, and then redistrict their district to give her more power. That's how the Democrats have power. They get the illegals in, and in their city, county, or state census, which doesn't happen, as far apart as the federal does. They count these people in her district. She suddenly gets a bigger district and more power where she's at. Then the Democrats get more representatives. They get more electoral college votes. She just admits it. Bring them in so I can redistrict. Screw you effing American citizens. You won't vote for our crazy shit. We'll bring these people in beholden to us. Or even not even beholden to them. Just bring them in, pack them into her district, so then she does a district census and goes, I have all these people. Now I get a bigger district. I get more power. I get more money. Their whole power base is based on saying, screw all Americans' votes. Remember when they talked about disenfranchising votes? Oh my God. That's their whole power base. Their whole power base is disenfranchising American citizens' votes, bringing in illegals to bury your vote, to make your vote useless, to give them power. And just once again, right here, she says it.
No room in the inn. I'm saying, I need more people in my district, but just for redistricting purposes. And those members could clearly fit here. I'm from Brooklyn.
Woo! Yeah. I'm going to repost that. Just remember. Boy, there, go look at her, Gunther Eagleman. As you can see, I follow him. He does a lot of good stuff here. He puts out a lot of good stuff. But oof, a lot of people posted that because that chick, she just said it all. 100% that's what they're doing. Bring the illegals in, redistrict everything, and gain more power. Yeah. We know for a fact she consummated that marriage too. Yeah, no reply. They said she 100% did. So here. Wait, so Elvis was singing about Somalia and kissing cousins? Possibly. But no, this a lot of people here are going to say, well, yeah, we know this is what the Democrats do, but they don't even care to hide it. This is not the first person who said this now for the Democrat Party over the last year or so. This shit, they don't even care to hide it anymore. Because they know the Republicans won't do nothing. Because the Republicans, I still think it's uniparty, guys. I do. I do. Sorry, guys, on Rumble, I haven't checked in on you, but I do see you over there, and thank you. And just in case for you guys on Rumble, I will post the link to the YouTube chat. So I know you have to have a lot of people, more people have accounts on YouTube than they do on Rumble. So if you do have something you want to say, there is the YouTube chat, but I do see you watching, and thank you very much for that. But that is the link to the YouTube chat if you do want to join the discussion and do not have a Rumble account. All right. But it was nice. I heard this today when I was trying to put the front end back on a friend's Nissan Rogue. Wow. Do not bounce off telephone poles in a Nissan Rogue, let me tell you. But yeah, it was just funny to hear them they saying it now. All right, guys, I am going to ask, please do hit thumbs up for the stream. Not done yet. I know some of you guys may be, oh my God, you weren't kidding about a red eye stream. All right, so this here, I saw some of you guys mention it. Hunter Biden, woof. Even Elmo says release the files. I agree. Elmo, boy, that Elmo hack was something. The Elmo stuff is amazing. Have you looked at the comments they got out, that Elmo stuff, and the Elmo memes and response memes after that? They were epic. Oh, God. Ted Cruz. As far as I'm concerned, we can tell he's back sniffing Parmesan cheese again. Oof, man. And a new unhinged rant, probably drug-fueled, or at least brain-addled from all the drugs. If you are trying to sniff Parmesan cheese on a carpet because you think it might be some other friendly powdery substance, Casper the Friendly Powder, then yeah, you're gonna have some brain damage. And people go, well, Hunter Biden's really smart. He made millions of this and that. I even heard Gary Neurotic say he did them. He can't be too stupid, but he made millions while he was all drug-addled. Sorry, Gary. No, he made his millions because of his daddy. His daddy's political connections. His daddy or he would have been in jail and in trouble a long time ago. Daddy saved him. Daddy flew up to save the Burisma stuff. He only got that when he was all drug-addled because of his dada. So, no, he wasn't that smart. Not that I normally want to disagree with Gary from Nerdrotic. He is a monster channel and epic at the pop culture stuff. But, I'm sorry, Gary. You're wrong on this one. He wasn't epic. Alright, so yeah. He says he would invade El Salvador if they refused to send back violent, incarcerated gang members to America. He would go to war over it. I mean, what the shit? What the shit? Basement Joe had moments of meth energy. Well, yeah, we know why, because we know whose cocaine that was found in the White House. Come on, they know exactly whose it was. In fact, I'd like to see an investigation on that. That's recent. We know the most surveilled building in the damned world. They know the only people that can get into that section. There were very few. Come on. They have books and ledgers and swipe cards. They know who was in at the certain times. Oh, we just gave up. We're one of the most top, intelligence or police agencies on the planet, but, top investigative agency, but we can't figure this out. Oopsie.
Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the fucking president of El Salvador and say, you either fucking send them back or I'm going to fucking invade. It's a fucking crime what they're doing.
Now imagine Donald Trump talking like that. Just saying.
He's a fucking dictator thug.
Bukele or Trump?
Both. Because
I just love, man, I know I've got mechanic mouth, and people will jump on Trump when he said they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But my God, blah, 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 F. Somehow Democrats think it's cool to cuss now. But unlike Trump when he cusses, when he really deep feeling on something, they just do it all the time ad nauseum now. This is worse than being in the auto shops. So yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of this you guys heard, but what in the hell? Hunter kept talking about all the people leeching off Joe because he was president, but never talked about how his paintings wouldn't have sold otherwise. 100%. That was all a money laundering scheme. My opinion. Come on, do you really think anybody was buying his paintings because they liked them? No, it was money laundering. That was giving money to Hunter. Hey, by the way, no, it's not money laundering. Here, we're selling paintings. Well, no, I've never painted before in my life. No, of course I want to pay $500,000 to buy my paintings because my paintings are amazing. Yeah, bullshit. Total bullshit. It was money laundering. It brought more money into the family. Oh, wow, I've never painted before, but my painting just sold for $500,000. Oh, this one did too. Oh, this one sold for $800,000. Weird. Yeah, my ass. Picasso would be going, dude, come on. Some of my paintings don't go for $800,000. This guy's painting, some of this guy's paintings outsold probably some Picasso or Monet's. Anybody that believes that wasn't money laundering? Once again, please buy my Atlantic Ocean beachfront property in Nebraska. My Lord. Yeah, paintings wouldn't have sold. They didn't sell anyway. It was all money laundering. All right, so, see, I haven't gone through all these. I had clips earlier. I had a long video. I was going to break it up, and I found clips here, so sorry if I get one out of order. That's like Colbert trying to be like Elon Musk with his F word. Yeah. Yeah, Colbert trying to cuss out Trump earlier. Ah, pussy. Even though, I'm sorry, the financials came out. The very fact that CBS was losing. CBS has a lot of financial trouble, by the way. It's why they're selling to Skydance, or trying to. CBS Paramount having problem. But the fact that they were willing to lose $40 million a year on Colbert's show. Losing $40 million a year on his show. That says a lot. That says it was not about show profits. By the way, I think everybody on the board should be able to sue. Because you are supposed to be, or anybody owns stock, because these people were blowing your money out. That's I think it's securities fraud or something. I don't know the exact frame of a term for that. But if they are doing something not in the best interest of at least trying to make money out of your investment, that's some type of fraud. And the fact that they knew they were losing 40 million and kept it going just shows it was all just a propaganda thing against Trump. Had nothing to do with making a show that entertained anybody, to make money. The fact they were willing to lose 40 mil a year. What a load of shit. Colbert can throw his fit as much as he wants. But even leftards going, oh shit, they were losing 40 mil a year? Yeah, okay. Huh. Even though lefties just think everything's free and grows on trees. Come on, Zoran Ma'am Danny, give me free shit, you know? All right, let's take a listen to this one. I don't know which clip is which, so I apologize. But playing the long one is easier with the broke up clips.
For someone, am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigration. Fuck you. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned?
Woo!
How do you think you got food on your fucking table? Who do you think washes your dishes?
He just shit on every American citizen who's built this country. Every American citizen grew up where I did and worked on farms. Fuck you, you rich, spoiled prick. My brother and I worked on Walter 4 farms back in the day. Sorry, he died years ago, guys, so I can say that. Walter 4 farms. Years and years ago. Mucking out pig stalls. Doing hay baling, putting bales up in the loft. Feeding animals. Detasseling. Fuck you, Hunter. How do you think that food gets there? A lot of Americans used to do it before you flooded those illegals that cost like $1 an hour. Screw you, cleaning hotel rooms. Once again, Democrats love their slave class. How dare you, oh my God, we will die without slaves. Isn't that what Democrats said back when during the, when we freed the slaves? So Democrats are just mad that they lost their slaves then, and now they're mad they're losing their slaves now. Seems to be a problem with the Democrat Party, doesn't it? Democrats just love their slaves. Love them.
Who do you think does your fucking garden? Who do you think is...
I do. I do my garden. I mow my grass. It's only you rich Democrat pricks that go, what's a lawnmower? What's a lawnmower? What do you mean, mow my grass? Oh my God, no, mow my grass? Beneath me, I need a slave. I need a hero. And all they see is slaves. That's all they see, whether black and in chains or brown and mowing grass. That's all the Democrats see is their slave class. America can't go without slaves. The Democrat Party platform for the last, 200 years?
Here by the fucking sheer fucking just grit and will that they figured out a way to get here
because they're transported here. Mexico and other countries are handing out pamphlets, giving them visas to come across, help them, give them food and everything, transporting them up here. Remember the train called the Beast back in the day, I believe it was? Bringing them up here. How do you mean how they got here? There are churches helping them. That's why they come across our border dressed nicer than you and me. They come across with their cell phones, are clean shaven, their hair's nice. They're not disheveled. They're not like the people, the refugees you would have seen, 50, 80, 90 years ago. Looking all rough, coming with a dirty little bag of something wrapped up. These people come across with brand name clothes on. They got their brand name bags, got their smartphones. The chicks that come across, their nails are painted and pretty. Don't tell me that. They're coming up here for the freebies, and they get a free ride coming up here.
Because they thought that they could give themselves and their family a better chance. And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the fucking criminals? For someone, am I going to be...
Yeah, because everything they come here and take, they take away from an American. 100%. I think it's the same clip. Hang on, let me check real quick. I'll check with you guys.
For someone, am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really...
Okay, same one. But I really like how he lad nails on all the Democrats. I love it. I love it. I just love how he goes off on the Democrats. There's the longer one. Okay, one of the longer clips. All right. Unreported $40 million in kind political contribution. Yeah. Colbert's the WNBA at CBS. Have you guys seen Caitlin Clark is out doing ads for, I think it's a financial company right now. I can't remember who it is for. I just know the ads are funny, and I like seeing her get something out of this. Because I'm not a big sports fan. I really am not. But Caitlin Clark is from our area. We're pretty close to our area. But, wow, the shit the WNBA has been doing to her. I'm glad to see her get... I do wish she'd be a little more like Riley Gaines, though, and stand up and call it what it is, a little more direct, a little more often. Someday, Caitlin Clark is going to come out and tell us, hey, yeah, it's bullshit what I went through. I kind of wish she'd do it now to help out. But the WNBA is a bunch of stupid, dumb mother pussballs. Man. Jimmy, did Hunter have illegals washing his drug-soaked sweaty balls? Pfft, he was sleeping with the illegals. Are you nuts? Come on, look at all the money he put into foreign prostitute thingies. Yeah. He put a lot of money into that stuff. And remember, we all forget. Remember the shit that was on that laptop and the videos, the pictures and everything got leaked. He was with some family members possibly, and or some that were very young. Some people are very young. So yeah. Who's the Chevy Chase imposter? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. I don't know who he... I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who he is. Never seen him before this. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, all these, remember? And there's a lot worse than this. If you want to go online, look at the right place, you'll find a lot of pictures and a few videos of him with people that shouldn't be. Who were not of the proper, they weren't aged like proper cheddar cheese, shall we say. Like maybe he would be on the Epstein thing, you know what I mean? That stuff was released. That was hacked and released. So this guy's saying anything. And I love how he acts like he has morals to stand on. He's lived his life as a spoiled rich kid. He's been able to live his life as a drug-addled person while he gets millions because of his family. But now he's going to tell us what we should be doing? What we should be believing? Yeah. Unknown interviewer, not propaganda. I'm sure that Jay Watterson, this may be some big-time left-hard interview person. I don't know. It's like Pod Save America or something. But I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Opinions. But fuck him. Fuck him and everybody around.
George Clooney.
I don't have to be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking, I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well.
No, wait a minute, wait. He starts off, fuck him. Oh, and by the way, God bless him. I hear he treats his friends really well. Dude, come on, dude. Good grief. This guy is a P-O-F-S.
You know what I mean? Buys them things.
Yes, P-O-F-S.
And he's got a really great place in Lake Como, and he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country?
Really? Really? Your dad's given 52 years in service. Then why are you multi-millionaires? Why does daddy have a couple houses worth millions? Why do you guys have so much money in the bank? Why do you have all these other properties? Why are you sitting on money? Why was your niece, your 12-year-old niece, getting checks sent from foreign governments? Hey, don't claw the couch. Sorry, there's a big monkey behind me clawing the other couch over there. You guys probably can't see him, but he's trying to paw up the couch to make it softer somehow. So yeah, by the way, once again, I'm an auto mechanic. the colorful words that flow out of mechanics' mouths in the shop every day, he's making us look really kind of PG here. Woof! Effing F. He just thinks it makes him tough. He's going to wear the denim shirt. He's got to try to look like the everyday tough guy and be a tough guy. Oh, shut up, manicure boy. And I love how he's wearing a wedding ring. Dude banged his dead brother's ex-wife and got her hooked on drugs. This man gets to tell us nothing about what we should believe. Spoiled rich kid who wouldn't even claim his own daughter until it hurt his dad's poll numbers.
That you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama, and that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod, and David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his.
Not to mention...
Who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper?
My mom or something?
I love this guy. Once again, he's trying to act tough. Wears a denim shirt. Wears khakis that are way too short for him and still got the ends rolled. Then he wears I'm a little rich boy socks and the weird weirdo shoes they wear. Dude, you're not fooling anybody. And I love how he's just crapping on the whole Democrat establishment. And you know, part of it might be because he's saucy about how they kind of screwed his dad over. And they did. They nailed his dad. Oh, crap, Jay Watterson. Jax is down here. He's getting real lovey with the other chair. Weird. But yeah, what a turd bucket coming out doing this.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
For real, though. I don't even think it's your mom anymore.
No.
By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news. And beyond that, I think that the book is right now on Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab. Such a disservice to everybody that...
Hunter Biden calling Jake Tapper's book a money grab. After all the shit you've done, that's a money grab. Once again, I'm not, shilling for Jake Tapper, but come on. You've got to just go, oh my God, my brain cells. For this piece of Jesus crapola cola here to say that. Wow, no self-awareness.
That he serves with.
I think he's just saucy because the Democrat Party or the deep state used his dad, and when they were done, wiped their ass with him, and it's cut off all their money. Because you know for a fact they are not making the money they were. Yep, that's gone. Jay Watterson, I did look at that, and damn, yeah, I'm not showing that one on the screen. That's why I have the other computer over here. I was totally set up a computer for a reason. So I can do stuff back and forth without, That's why I screen over there. Yeah, I'm not screenshotting that puppy. That is ODFS. Yeah, we don't need to be listening to this jerk. Yeah, there's a lot more than that out there too. And the very fact that we don't talk about that still, everybody's up in arms about Epstein. What about the Hunter files? Why are we not talking enough about that? Because, wow. Just saying. So if any of you go to that link he posted, I think he just took it down. Okay. That's not a bad idea, taking it down, bud. If you took it down, unless somebody on YouTube did, just saying. That's a thing. As far as actors' opinions, I think of the words of the great Greg Burgess comes to mind. Know your role and shut your hole. Yeah? Actors used to know. If you look at the old school actors, a lot of them used to say that. And Jimmy Carson, look what Jimmy Carson used to say about it. Hey, by the way, Jimmy Carson, that man would roast everybody. Saturday Night Live used to roast everybody. If you're going to do one, you do the other. Stick with entertainment, stick with comedy, nail everybody for their stupidity. Oh, shoot. Hey, Jaxie, you can't reach me. He's right there. He's right there, damn it. He's stalking on the back of the couch. Trying to find a way to jump on me. You ain't jumping on me, dude. Jay Watterson, stop paying him, damn it. He is right there. Dude, do not jump. You are 14 pounds of claws. Another softball Democrat news actor, 100%. Yeah, dude, he is just waiting. I gotta stop talking to him as he's really getting frisky about it. Yep, there is a lot more. We can really go into Hunter, but what a turd donkey. Yes, I'm not letting up on the Epstein thing either. It really pisses me off. But if we're going to talk Epstein, why are we not talking about Hunter Biden's crap? Remember, that stuff from that laptop got leaked. There is shitloads of, let's say, Epstein-like stuff purportedly out there. And if you look hard enough, you can find a lot of it. You just got to be careful. I would use a VPN and use a Brave browser and put it on private. Maybe even use Tor with Onion over for that. But there is shit out there on this guy. It is every bit my opinion, YouTube. I can do an opinion show is what this is. Opinion is every bit as bad as the Epsteiner stuff. So, crazy. So if anybody did see Jay Watterson's link, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, there's a lot worse out there. Still makes me laugh seeing Troll tell De Niro Trump is really his daddy. Yeah, that was hilarious, wasn't it? Oh. I have a hard time watching a lot of these actors. You are a paid performer. An overpaid performer. All of them are overpaid. Sorry, you are. When you make more doing one 18-month film than anybody in my bubble will make in their whole lifetimes, that is overpaid. Actors used to make good money, but they were never uber fuck rich. Until I believe, the last 60 years or so? 50, 60 years? Yeah. All right, guys, let's see here. I had a couple other things planned. Oh, but this is going to be a quickie, guys. And I picked a lefty here for a reason. Scott Bessent is bragging about how they have raised $100 billion in tariff revenue so far, saying they are not getting enough credit for this. Once again, this is a big Trump win. Fact. Americans, not foreign countries, pay for these tariffs. Bullshit. Bullshit. And I answered. I said, if we are paying over $100 billion in tariffs, why are prices down across the board and job numbers and pay soaring? Also, why weren't Americans paying for the tariffs Biden kept? Do we only pay when it's Trump's tariffs? And I said, more Democrats, 2 + 2 = 5, math. Yep. So, yeah, I like this one. Lefty, is Scott Bessent so stupid he doesn't understand American consumers are the ones paying for Trump's tariffs? He can't be that stupid, can he? Then why are the costs of all of our products down? By the way, I still buy stuff on Amazon. I haven't seen my shit go up there. I haven't seen my shit go up at Walmart. Go look at our lives. The stuff that matters especially are down. Interest rates are down. The inflation rate is down. Price of eggs is down. Price of gas is down. Heat and cool your house. Price is down. So where is it? We're paying for these tariffs. You guys are retarded. Just totally retarded. Sorry, I'm squirming. My back hurts from laying under a Nissan. Ugh. Hey, here's one. Fact check. Biden kept Trump tariffs on China for all 4 years. So were Americans paying for those tariffs? Or do they only pay when Trump does it? Yep. Oopsie. Oopsie. Uh-huh. And here's another dum-dum. Tariffs are taxes on you, not China. That is exactly right. The $100 billion in tariff revenue Trump brags about equals $100 billion paid by Americans. Where, you dumb? What? Where? Why are we paying for it? Why are job numbers going up? Pay going up? Why is everything I buy is either the same price or lower priced? Everybody said, remember when they said Trump did all these tariffs? Oh my God, your prices are going through the roof. Your Amazon packages, everything you buy at Walmart. Harbor Freight is going to be decimated. I don't know. I went to Harbor Freight the other day. My shit still costs the same. Walmart, I don't see a lot of high rise in price. In fact, I see price cut, price cut. My Hy-Vee store near me, price cut, price cut. Everything's seeing price cuts. It doesn't matter what you're buying. I'm just waiting. Where is it? These people are assholes. These are the same people that were mad that Trump, 25 hours after elected, suddenly they noticed the egg prices. Didn't notice during the Biden administration, but suddenly, oh my God, the egg prices. Oh my God. This is stupid. These tariffs have heavily hit U.S. consumers while claiming to punish China. 145% tariff applies on most categories of goods from China. Temu. Don't buy shit from Temu. Or is it Temu? The ads were changed. Remember that? Temu adds import charges to your checkout to cover this. Don't buy shit from Temu. Yeah, that's like, come on. That's like cleaning your fingernails with a pencil. Temu, 99% of the stuff is crap. Go look at the videos people post on YouTube. I bought this from Temu. Is it any good? Most of it's shit. Hell, actually, most of it now I need to apologize to shit. Because most of the stuff on Temu makes shit look really good. Makes a big turd slushy look like a dang chocolate milkshake that you're going to slurp right up. Half the stuff on Temu's crap. Sorry, Temu, it is. Or is it Temu? Yeah. But thing is, I buy stuff from Amazon. I buy stuff from Wally World or Target. I have not seen my costs go up. Just saying. And I know some of the stuff I get have to be from China. For a $20 item, old price, $20 shipped. Now 20 plus 29 is 49. Okay. So once again, it's another Democrat happy with slave labor. Democrats, everything in a Democrat's life is based on having slave labor. Whether it's in America or in China, we need slaves. We cannot have people doing real jobs for real wages. Democrats' whole being, their whole economy is based on this class and the slavery class. They have no problem with people over there who want to jump out of buildings to escape a job. They'll jump 12 floors out onto concrete to escape a job. That's how bad it is. But hey, gotta have that cheap Temu stuff for that iPhone. Craziness. Go look up Foxconn if you ever wondered about that. They had to put nets out of the building in some of the factories because these people were jumping out. Yeah. So crazy. Nutsy people. By the way, once again, my Amazon stuff has not gone up a bit. Look at your Amazon stuff. My Harbor Freight stuff hasn't gone up, and most of that Chinese stuff, or Taiwan or whatever. Hey, I like Harbor Freight. Hey, I have a shitload of Snap-on, Mac, some Craftsman, older Craftsman, by the way. But yeah, I have some Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, depends what you buy there. Personally, my opinion, don't buy anything that says Warrior on it. The Icon stuff is pretty goddamn good. Some of their Pittsburgh stuff is decent. Hercules is some pretty good shit. I got some friends got some of their Impacts and other stuff. They have some decent stuff. The Bauer stuff isn't bad, but you know, for somebody that works in the shop every day, yeah, the industrial guys are still somewhat better. But I'm telling you what, for having it at home, I don't know. I have no problem with me some Harbor Freight. Jay Watterson, yeah, I got the Daytona in green, long reach, low profile jack after my jack I had for 20 years died. And I do love that Daytona jack. That low profile gets under the Trans Am real easy, under a couple low cars I work on, and it reaches way in. I love that thing. So yeah, Daytona jacks. Sometimes those Harbor Freight tools work as good as name brands. Yes, sometimes they do, or at least close. Let's put it that way. There are certain things I do think Snap-on and Matco and Mac make better. But I'll tell you what, for home and for the price difference, there are sometimes at home, the Harbor Freight stuff, if you buy the right things, are amazing. Yeah. And that's a big trouble point for the big industrial guys. It is. Yeah, I mean, not everything's crap at Harbor Freight. I just don't like a lot of the Warrior stuff. It's kind of eh. But yeah, Bauer, Hercules, Icon. I have some Icon wobble extensions in my box. I like them. I have an Icon ratchet that I really like. I use the shit out of it. In fact, I've torture tested that thing. I've put it up against my Snap-ons. I will admit I will pull harder on my Snap-on, but that Icon ratchet has held up to some rough abuse. I know we're off topic, but this is my opinion. Every single toolbox, whether you work in the shops or you are at home, every single toolbox should have that big Pittsburgh breaker bar. They sell that thing for like 15, 20 bucks. I have jumped on that thing and not broken it yet. And if you do break it, you bring it right back. They go, here you go. That is great. I saw some videos on it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy one of these things. People say these things are epic. It's an amazing breaker bar for the price. And I'm not pissing on the Snap-on or anybody else. But the Snap-on bar is epic too, but it costs 4 times as much. 4 or 5 times. But I will say this about Snap-on especially. A lot of their tools, not the Blue Point, Snap-on, are made in America. So I do still buy Snap-on stuff here at home. In fact, a nice lady sent me a catalog and replaced a screwdriver and a socket of mine just recently got cracked. So they do have very good customer service. Yeah, sometimes it's easier going to Harbor Freight, but I call the Snap-on people. I'll send them a picture. Hey, look, this broke. Boom, in the mail. Right to me. So, yeah. But let's see here. Harbor Freight is borderline infringing on patents. Some of the patents are expired, but not all. I'm not for anybody infringing, but like I said, for home stuff, Harbor Freight can be pretty good stuff. He even uses a hammer since everyone has potential to be a nail. Nice, Jimmy. Oh, I hope not, Jay Water. If they're infringing, I don't like it. Wonder if I can look that up, see what they might be infringing on. Used to be you have to buy 5 of the same power tools at Harbor Freight to have spare parts for the rest. Yeah. Yeah, when Harbor Freight came out, I admit, it was kind of crap. The wrenches, there was more strength in tinfoil than it was in some of their tools. I will say Harbor Freight has come a long ways. I know we're wandering off topic, but you know what? We've been on long enough. I don't care. We can definitely wander off on some tools. 2 hours and 4 minutes in, no big deal. All I had left was we were talking about this. Kamala getting owned a little. And that was pretty much it. That was it. I mean, I did like this guy's response, but But yeah, we can talk tools. I have no problem to. I miss Sears and USA made Craftsman tools. Yes. Some of the today's Craftsman stuff, I have not owned any of it, but I've used some at some friends' houses. And some of the modern Craftsman stuff still seems to have some pride to it. Yes, Chinese or Taiwanese pride, but it does seem to be a little better than average. But it's still nowhere what it used to be, yeah. Yeah, I still have some Craftsman, older school Craftsman ratchets in my toolbox. Problem is, nobody will warranty them anymore. So I'm afraid to tug on them too hard because I got a nice floppy head, click, 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 elbow ratchet. I love that thing. But if it breaks, I'm up a creek. Nobody will warranty it. Yeah, Sears. The guy, the a-hole at Sears, the a-hole CEO at Sears. By the way, guys, let me know. Do you want to end the politics talk? We'll talk a little tools right now. I have no problem doing that. I'm into tools. I'm a tool myself. But no, the a-hole CEO of Sears, who sold off Craftsman, is an ass. And then I believe later it come out that he got some money out of that deal, a big amount. So he screwed one of the last things Sears had keeping it afloat. Their name brand, their flagship thing, he sold it off. And that was the end of Sears. Gone. Sears crashed totally. They were already having problems. But damn. I've got a Sears and Roebuck stamped. Oh. I've got I think I still have a couple old Sears Roebuck stuff. If I looked. I think it's stuff from my dad. My dad back in the day, who gave me some of it. You know, he had a problem with, don't get me going with his problem about Sears. eBay for Craftsman ratchet rebuild kits. Really? Shit, dude, thanks. I can use that. No, but if we want to talk about Harbor Freight, yeah, Harbor Freight's come a long ways, guys. It really has. It has come a long ways. I mean, come on. You had a better chance of getting good tools at Walmart in the day. And that was their cheapy brand for they had the Heart, which actually aren't real horrid for cheap home stuff. But yeah, but no, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a newbie trying to get into the shops and work full time, you can do worse than some of the Harbor Freight stuff for the money to start off. Do I still think Snap-on, Matco, and Mac and Cornwell in some areas, and the industrial guys have some better stuff? Yeah. I will put my Snap-on half-inch drive impact sockets up against an Icon half-inch drive impact socket any day of the week. So yeah, there are some better stuff. But yeah, they're really good. I got a couple of the Western Auto stamped Pew-Pews. What? No way. I gotta remember that. Thanks for the rebuild kits on eBay. Huh, I'm gonna have to really try that. Got to put in some research to make sure the ratchet rebuild kit is the right one for your ratchet. Yeah, I'm used to that on eBay. That's one thing at eBay. I think that's why people don't use eBay more. And I gotta say, Urbexy got me on eBay more because I was kind of used to poo-poo it a little more, but I bought a lot of stuff on there. But yeah, you do got to do your due diligence. I was upgrading my Avalanche. My Avalanche came without the garage door opener built in, that little upper console piece. So I'm like, hey, I did some research and found out the plug-in and everything's there. You just have to change out the upper piece. So I found my paint option code and took some research. I went online to eBay and found somebody had the right color, had the right little head roof console piece, had the garage door opener built in and stuff. So I upgraded my truck. That was eBay. And I actually found out that the wiring for the trucks that have the turn signals and the rear defrost in the window, or the mirror defrost in them, plugins are already there. When you hit the rear defrost, it would defrost my mirrors. All I got to do is buy the right mirrors, and I would have turn signals on them and the defrost feature in them. You can find that stuff on eBay and or G.I. Joe toys if you want. So yeah, eBay is not that bad. You just got to spend more time, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So yeah. But I don't know, guys. I think that, You can do a lot worse as a young mechanic or a home mechanic than Harbor Freight. I mean, I love Snap-on. My toolbox is a big Matco Series 6 with a small side cab on it and stainless steel tops. I do love my Matco. Half my tools inside it are Snap-on, then Matco and Mac. So, but yeah, I got some Harbor Freight stuff, 100%. Hell, in fact, I got a bearing tool I want to get at Harbor Freight coming up. It's for the press-in bearings on certain cars. Want to get that? I need a bigger toolbox. My toolbox with my tools in it far outweighs my Chevy Avalanche right now. Toolbox, my pickup has the gear wrench, ratchets, and wrenches. I got those. I got the gear wrench. Oh, yeah. I got the gear wrench angled heads with the reversible. And then right behind it, I got the gear wrench, non-reversible till you flip them, but they're the flex head. So I got my gear wrench, and I also have some big gear wrenches, like this big. Got a ratchet at one end, box end at the other, like 22, 24, and 20 size, 26, 26 millimeters, something like that. I got those. Yep. Yeah, I got those. I don't have much. I have the toolboxes built into my Avalanche. I don't carry too many tools. Carry a jumper pack and stuff and a few other things, but we have my big Matco Series 6 toolbox and a small toolbox where most of our home stuff is in right near it. But I need a bigger box. I've considered buying a U.S. General toolbox for my second toolbox, my second larger toolbox. My Matco is packed. And I love my Matco toolbox. I really do. I don't know if they still do. I know Matco, when I was in the shop, Matco made the best toolboxes. Snap-on's a little flashier, but Matco boxes were just better boxes all around. I don't know if they still are, but I know Snap-on's really made some amazing boxes. Some of the Icon boxes are epic, too. But home in your garage, I don't know what you can justify as a toolbox. I could justify U.S. General, maybe an Icon. I don't know if I could justify a full-on Matco or Snap-on. Yep. So, yeah. All right, guys. I know some of you guys getting bored with the chatting on this. In fact, I lost a lot of people who started talking tools. No problem. Anybody still here, please hit thumbs up on the stream either side. But I don't mind. I like chatting off on some stuff. I should do a Lion's Den tool talk or car talk channel where we just talk about some of this stuff. I should, because I probably shouldn't have it here. That doesn't help with the algorithm, like it seems to matter since they take me down anyway. So, yeah. Husky and Cobalt make some decent tools, yeah. My lawnmower is a battery-powered Cobalt. And I've got a few other things Cobalt, too, that I kind of like. I have a Lowe's pretty close to me, so that's not hard. I also have some Master Force, which is Menards. Actually, I have a Hart stick vac that now runs on Master Force batteries because my neighbor tossed it out. I went over there. The electronics burned out. They didn't throw it out with the battery, but I rigged it so it works on my Master Force batteries. I got a toggle on it. Works great. Yep, I'm that type of person. I'm that guy for tons of stuff. Sorry, guys. Well, I have an alternator light, bulbs and fan belt, even spare computer for my 90 model K1500. Just in case, yeah? Yep, the 90 model K1500. That's still throttle body, wasn't it? On that TBI still? My dad bought an 88 Chevy K3500 extended cab full box at Warren Chevy in East Moline, brand new at one time. We just sold it 2 years ago. Yep, he had it from 88 to 2023. That was a 454 TDI with a 4-speed manual transmission on it. Yeah. She's a big old girl. But yeah, that's yeah, Jimmy, the K1500s, though, those 90s, you'll still find a lot of parts for those. A lot of people don't drive those trucks. Good old reliable, heavy old engine in them. Lowe's sells Craftsman. Yeah, they do, but they won't warranty the old Craftsman stuff, last I knew. I tried one time and they said, no, we don't do that. Nothing before when we bought it. So, yeah. Oh, damn it. Amazon has battery adapters so you can share batteries. Well, I didn't have to. I just made it fit myself. I just took a grinding tool, made it so the battery plugs right in. I got the 2 prongs. I wired 2 prongs in that can match to my Master Force battery. So now my drill and saw batteries, everything, go plug right onto it. So I use this stick vac. I like fixing stuff. In fact, my wife brought home a fan from her job that died. It's got all this electronics. It's a Vornado. Neat fan. Got all these electronics buttons. She said she plugged it in. There's a big spark and a puff of smoke. I pulled it open. The circuit board's fried. You can just see it. What am I going to do? Come on, you guys know what I'm going to do. What worked on fans for 100 plus years? A simple potentiometer. You don't need all that electronic gobbledygook. I like electronics. I have a launch tablet scanner sitting right next to me. I like my electronics. I like my gizmos, my gadgets. I like technology. But sometimes we overdo it. So what I'm going to do is go down to my hardware store, my handy True Value, and buy me a potentiometer. And I'm going to wire that up, and she'll have at least 3 of her speeds on that fan. And it'll work solid without a puff of smoke. Just click, 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 done. Not with all the beep, 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 boop, boop buttons. So, yeah. Amazon also has the guts for this. I love Snap-on, but they want a fudge load for this battery, and it's also not always available. Last time I tried to buy one, this cost me right around $300. And honestly, I was very unimpressed with how long it lasted. Now, I bought the guts from Amazon recently, put them in one of my battery housings, and right now it's my best battery, by far. It's actually beating the Snap-on one, the Snap-on guts. So now this one has gone goofy on me and won't even charge. I bought this new from my tool guy in 2020 and 21. Yeah. Almost exactly 4 years ago. Died. But I'm going to buy the guts on Amazon. Yep. Oh, you bought the truck from a friend before he passed? Wow. Sorry to hear that, man. But yeah, I know they have those adapters. But I don't want an adapter and try to hang off this little stick vac. It already makes it heavy enough trying to run my Master Force. It's a little bigger battery than the little baby heart thing that used to be on it. But yeah, I'm going to buy the guts off Amazon for this. Not taking a shot at you, Snap-on, but when I can buy the guts that actually have a slightly more voltage and amperage capacity than this for like $70 or pay $300 for this, that's a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of little hacks we can teach each other, guys. It's amazing the shit you can find on Amazon and eBay, I'll tell you right now. But, all right, guys, what do you think? You got anything else to toss out there? We've been on for 2 hours, 18 minutes. I see you guys over on Rumble. I thank you very much for stopping over. But I think we're going to get out of here. We lost most of our YouTubers. We started talking tools, guys. We had like 8 or 9 people watching, so we started talking tools. It dropped. Lowe's Craftsman 20-volt 5-amp battery is $80. Woof. Yeah, well, these are the heavy industrial 18-volt high output. This thing weighs. And there's a whole pack in here. But yeah, I found a guy on a company on Amazon that sells the guts. It's like 18 point something volts, but it has a little more milliamp hours on it. And I'm excruciatingly happy with that company's guts for this. It is my best battery out there. And my 2 large 1/2-inch Snap-on impacts and my Snap-on drill and one other thing run off of these batteries. My Snap-on 3/8 drive runs off the different lithium battery type, and I also have a light that runs off those batteries too, these big batteries. So yeah. I've rebuilt battery packs, yeah. That's how I got the guts in this. Pulled it open. And I've also soldered and built my own battery packs by soldering together batteries. And one of my underhood lights died, my big underhood light, LED light. The pack died, couldn't find it, so I built it. And it works epic. Built it using rechargeable batteries. It plugs in and charges just like normal. See, I built battery packs. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got a drill. I have a jack that looks almost like the one on his screen right there that I had for 25 plus years. The seals went out. I got to find a seal kit for it. Because I won't throw it out. That's why I bought my Daytona, because my old jack died. So yeah. I have a 9 amp for $869. Wow. Now I can't remember who I used on Amazon, but I got it in my orders. So I'll go back through my orders and I'll order another one of those packs. Is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I see that. He really does. Huh? Ooh, a quieter generator in 10 seconds. I like that. My generator's pretty noisy. It is. So whenever we have a problem, I have my plug-in. My generator plug-in is in my garage box. So what I do is I open my garage or leave it my big door cracked that much so I air it out. Then I just plug into my generator in the garage, flip my switches here in my box, I can power my house. But yeah, it's noisy even in the garage. Yeah, I'm seeing he does a lot of stuff. I'm going to check out that 4 times quieter generator. I need a bigger generator, though. All right, guys. I think we are going to hop out of here. I'm going to go see if my dogs have to potty before they start waking my wife up. I do appreciate you guys stopping in. I appreciate your patience with me, especially me bitching and whining at the beginning of my stream. I'm sorry, but it does tend to irk you a little because, as you guys can see, when I came in back onto YouTube after being off for a couple years, I came in hot. I was doing their shorts. I was doing multiple videos a day. I was doing live streams. And I rose, and then they stuck me at this number. It pisses me off. But I thank you very much. I am sorry that it was a late night stream tonight. I know I said no more red eye streams, but I felt crappy. I hadn't streamed in 3 or 4 days. I'm hoping the next stream will be, salty crackers tomorrow. And I'm not trying to avoid anybody. It's just sometimes when I watch somebody, I don't know. He ends pretty early. I'm hoping we'll stream tomorrow between 10 and 10:30. Between 10 and 10:30. I'm trying to do 10:30 at the latest to start. But I'd like to do 10 o'clock. That's about the time my wife goes to bed a lot of times. She needs a lot more sleep than I do. I sleep 4 or 5 hours a night. She likes a good solid 9 hours. So that is fine. That's fine. We don't have any kids in the house at the moment, so we got the dogs, so no big deal. But I'm hoping 10 o'clock or so. We'll see. Jonesy for making a stream. Yeah, I like doing it, Jimmy. I really do. And I know Connie's not here, but Connie and Jim Patterson have been on multiple channels of mine. I had Exploring with CF, and at the best, I think I had 4,600 subscribers at one time on that channel. And I used to pretty good sized live streams. I had Tough Topics with a couple of friends in New Zealand. I think when we stopped that channel, well, we didn't stop it. There was an issue there. I think we were right around 3,200 subscribers on that one. I know tiny compared to a lot of people, but then those were actually pretty good numbers. Now people, million, whatever. Potato News Network. I had just started that channel growing. I had just hit the monetization area and a little over. I think I had 1,300 subscribers, and then they nixed my channel. Yep. And I had one about my CF, and there was another channel I had too. So I've been doing this a while. I enjoy live streams more than anything. I liked urban exploring. I don't like editing, but I love live streaming. I do. 3 or 4 hours of some caffeine, I'm good to go. 100%, buddy. Trust me, I got me my energy drinks right over there. I got some bucked up. They were on sale at Ollie's, and they had Bang energy drinks. Like 12 or 13 bucks for a case. That's barely over $1 a can. It's like, yeah, it's like $1.20 a can or something like that for bang. And the bucked up are like even less. So yeah, if you guys have an Ollie's near you, pay attention, keep track. Ollie's has a lot of good deals on energy drinks sometimes. I'm telling you. Jax will be able to do his late streams. Yeah, dude, I would not be surprised. Oh crap, he's right behind me. Dude, I didn't even know he's still behind me. They're talking about you, buddy. Yeah, that's for you. It's your fan club. When I was on Exploring a CF, he had a big fan club. A lot of people would be going, Jax! It's like, crap. That's when he used to be able to get up at the camera, get up, because right here he can't get up here anymore. There's not enough room. But he used to get up and get right in the camera. So yeah. Jack's like this stuff called nip. Yeah, I gave him catnip earlier. His sister is the little fiend for it. She's the addict. She's like, gimme. So about once every 2 weeks we give him nip, and she goes nuts. She like tries to absorb it. Hi, Jaxie. What? You can't get through there. You come here. Come here. You got claws. Hi. Yeah. You happy now, Jay Watterson? Now he's purring. What are you doing? Looking in the camera upside down? Yep, that's Jaxie. Say hi. Goober. Yeah? Inside the cat. Oh, there he goes. Oh. Welcome to Jack's Chat. What are you saying, man? There you go. How's that for quality entertainment? Let the cat do the stream. All right. Oh. All right. Your fan club is... All right, get up there. All right. Oh, also, my screensaver going on in the background, that's from a YouTube channel called Soft Calm Vibes. Go check them out. A lot of great visuals, some nice low beat audio, nice to kind of zone out to. So check them out. Of course, he's purring. Dude, he purrs everywhere. Have you ever tried the nip tea? No. Is that for humans or cats? Never even heard of it. You know, he's down here making out with the other office chair real heavy. Jeez, dude. Show some pride. Yeah, see what else is down here? Oh, my big dog is right there. Yeah, Riker is right behind the couch. He's on the couch there. The ladies are upstairs. That's Pepper, the other cat, our yard panther. Gracie, ouch! Hey! Grace and Gemma are all upstairs with my wife. Yeah, we have 2 cats, 3 dogs. Right? Hi. Jack thinks he's a dog. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. He's clawing me because he wants his late snack. And I'm sure Riker is holding it right now. So thank you very much, guys. I'm hoping I'll be back on tomorrow unless things go nuts. The only way I wouldn't be back on tomorrow evening is if I'm stuck at my parents' house. I'm doing a lot of lawn care till late. So it'll be pretty frisky around here tomorrow. So it'll be 90 plus, which I don't mind with really heavy humidity, but you're out enough, it'll zone you. Humans do use catnip tea for insomnia. Ugh. Really? Huh, didn't know that. Dude, do not. Now he's all jazzed. Great, thanks, guys. All right, I'm coming. All right, guys, thank you. Please hit thumbs up if you haven't. Share the channel out. Why not? I know what'll happen. I'll gain 1 and lose 1. I'll gain 4 and lose 4, whatever. But I enjoy doing this. But all right, guys, thank you very much, Jimmy. Thank you, Jay Watterson. Thank you, Texan. Thank you, No Reply. Everybody else. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I am out of here. And good chance I will be talking to you sometime, what do you want to call it, tomorrow night or tonight, however you want to do it. Hopefully by 10:30. All right? But I'm going to try not to do these late streams. That kind of messes me up.